Good evening, everyone. This is Viper's Viperland, and I'm back here in Steins Gate, my darling's embrace. I believe we're on the second to last route, and if I recall correctly, it's the part-time warriors route. Also, hey Ramen and Sora, how you both doing? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. So yeah, we had just left off here. There's a bicycle in front of the building that wasn't there earlier. Confirmation that Suzuha did come. Just be careful, I peek into the store from the side. I know for a fact I haven't made a ruckus lately, but I'd still prefer to avoid Mr. Braun if possible. My eyes meet with Suzuha's. She stands up happily, rushes over to me, and grabs my arm. So glad you're here, come on in! She's acting like this is her own house. Just to be safe, where's Mr. Braun? He's not here right now, so come on. I let myself get dragged into the shop. The whole thing makes me feel like we're involved in some scandalous relationship. As the name suggests, the Braun Tube Workshop is a bizarre shop filled with Braun Tube TVs. With society clamoring over the latest digital fads these days, I can't imagine there are too many places like this left. So what do you think I should do? She asked her question, no context whatsoever. About what? I mean, how should I Itaru? He likes me, right? I don't see what the problem is. Of course you don't. Huh? We're talking about Hashira Itaru. Of course that's a problem. That never ever happened. She thinks that they're on the same page, but boy are they not. I'm honestly starting to feel bad for Daru right now. But just yesterday you were going on and on about how there's no way Daru could ever have feelings for you, right? Normally that'd be the case, but Daru is an extreme pervert. I feel like I'm missing something. I have no idea what she means by normally here. Either way, the problem is that he's not going to Kamima. Seriously? That's the thing you're worried about? Yeah, it's a problem, a super massive problem that's basically a matter of life or death. I'm even more confused than before. I mean, if I just left, that'd probably fix things, but it's not that simple. Left? What are you planning to go home for Oban or something? That's not what I mean. I can't just go back to my original time. Ah, good point. He just... Guess he's just gonna ignore that one. What should I do? What do you think I should do? Let's see. Well, first off... Wait. Oh, okay. Did she casually just drop something super crazy? Something about her original time? Don't leave me hanging. He's the only person I can rely on here, Okabe Venturo. Before that, can I ask you something? What is it? What do you mean by your original time? Is this some kind of trick question? I obviously mean the place and time that I originally came from. What part of this is obvious? Come on, stop lying with me. You already know all of this. You said the other day that you figured everything out, remember? What exactly am I supposed to know? That I came from the future. What? You came from the future? The future? She means the future, as in time beyond the present, yet to come, right? Are you telling me you're some kind of time traveler? Telling you? Wait a second. Didn't you already know this, Okabe Venturo? That's why you said that the other day. She's from the future? This young lady in front of me is a time traveler. Are you serious? Are you really from the future? I like how it took several lines of dialogue where his brain caught up, was like, wait, that was... You gotta be kidding me, but you really didn't know? You gotta be joking, then... What am I gonna do? I just laid it all out there. Suzuha's from the future. There was a character like this in an anime that Mayuri and Daru were really into a little while ago. It's actually pretty cool, but that's besides the point. I always figured it was just another one of those made-up stories. I never imagined that I'd hear a real person say the same thing. Really mess things up. I like how easy it is to get her to say the truth, though. The alleged time-traveling girl writhes in agony before my very eyes. I can't believe you hadn't actually realized my true identity. You said you had seen through everything, so that's just how he talks, though. Is it really that bad that your cover's blown? Yeah, super bad. Time travelers aren't supposed to reveal who they are. That makes sense. If humanity's gained the ability to time travel, there must be a whole lot of folks who travel back to the past. If there weren't any, that would mean that regardless of our scientific advancements as a race, building a time machine is impossible. People have been saying that for years, in which case it would make sense for there to be a rule in place about revealing your identity. That being said, going by what you're telling me, you thought that I knew your true identity since the day before yesterday, right? You were pretty nonchalant about it back then, so what gives? It's because I didn't actually tell you directly. So it's no big deal if people find out, as long as you're not the one who tells them? I wouldn't say it's no big deal, but I mean, it happens. It happens? I'm finding it hard to take this all seriously. Plus, since you were the one who found out... Wait a second, now that I think about it, this should be perfectly fine. You're Okabe Rentaro after all. Hold on, what do I have to do to any of this? Is your... Wait, no, I can't say any more than this. This is exceedingly suspicious. She's leaving out way too many details. Is she really from the future? Is this all just one big ruse? Hey. What is it? Are you really from the future? Well, I honestly shouldn't say anything else, but it'd be really nice to have someone who could help me out. It's all true. I came to the year 2010 from the year 2036. I'm an honest-to-goodness time traveler. Honest-to-goodness, eh? Then do you have proof that you came from the future? Proof? I do have something, I guess. She starts fumbling for a bit before she pulls a pendant out of her collar and shows it to me. What's this? Proof of my identity, like you asked for. This pendant is actually a chip that serves as an ID. Unfortunately, I have no way of verifying that. Also, my DNA should be registered to it, so you can check my hair or something for evidence. Do you know anything about John Titor? Of course I do. He's the man who claimed to have been from the future. It's me! What? Before coming to this time, I visited the year 2000. I used the name John Titor while I was there. Seriously? Even among enthusiasts, there are a few who know of John Titor. If she knows his name at all means she's at least well read. That also makes her look that much more suspicious. Wait, if that's the case, then does that mean the future really is a dystopia? Huh? What are you talking about? I see, so you don't know. That would mean that you're not actually from the future. How does that prove anything? Well, you see, when John Titor descended upon the Net channel back in the day, that's what he posted about. A term used to describe when the subject of a Net channel thread makes an appearance in said thread. John Titor was from 2036. He spoke of a dystopia where there was no shred of privacy, a system of absolute control ruling over every aspect of human life. You know, that aspect of things seems more and more reasonable every day. Like, every day. There's no way you can be John Titor if you didn't know that. You're just a part-time warrior pretending to be a time traveler. But, I mean, the fact remains that I'm from the year 2036. And no matter what you say, I can't just believe you without actual proof. Proof, huh? It's not an easy thing to come by. What can I dig up? Proof. Fabricating evidence isn't exactly easy when you're on the spot like this. To destroy the world any day now. Well, not that aspect of it, but the idea of a future where nobody has any privacy and basically decisions are made for you starts to feel a little more within reach. Anyway, if she's trying to trick me, there's no point in listening to more of her nonsense. I should just end this and return to the lab. Proof, huh? Sounds like you don't have anything left to say. I'll be on my way. There's that! Hey, Okabe Rentaro. Suzuha's expression brightens and she turns to face me. Come with me. Want proof that I'm from the future? I'll give you proof. Come on. Before I can respond, Suzuha grabs my hand and starts running. I'm curious as to why she's here. If, like, nothing bad. Like, if the future isn't World War III and CERN hasn't taken over. Like, maybe it's just for fun? Okay for her to leave the story empty like this? Probably not, but who's gonna stop her? You? Oh, hey. So are we on the right path? I mean, we're on the path we're on anyway, but I think that's the... No, we do have one more path after this before the true end. Okay. Gotcha. We're on Route 4, there's 6 total. Over here. Oh, wait, slow down. How much stamina is this girl packing? We've been running since we left the lab, and she's not even a little out of breath. Come on, grow some muscle. Or the thinking type. A mad scientist doesn't need to be ripped. Daru would already be dead if he was in my position. Get it together. You're the only person I can turn to right now, Okabe Rintaro. Suzuha finally stops running and lets go of my hand. Any ordinary man would probably be delighted to hear those words, but I'm not so easily won over. To be honest, I'm too tired to care. Too tired to be seduced by something that's not productive in the first place. Literally just casual conversation. I have no idea where you intend to take me, but I need a little break. Up now, we're almost there. Are you telling me your evidence is somewhere around here? This is the front of Akihabara Station. What kind of proof could she possibly have here? Yeah, it's super close, right over there. Suzuha points her finger straight ahead. She's pointing at... Ah, I guess in this timeline, she landed properly. You know. Yeah, that's what climbing stairs after running a long way will do to somebody. Not only did I not get my break, but I'm being forced to climb stairs. Come on, you can do it. We're almost there. Apparently, I've still got a ways to go. What ahead is... right here. I've seen this view before. That's right. It was the day I first met Krisu. I saw the same thing right here. Krisu would then be stabbed shortly after. Or at least that's what I thought. As luck would have it, she was still alive and kicking. In that world line, this strange artificial satellite had smashed into the side of the building. But this is odd. My D-mail should have erased it from existence. And yet here it is. Why is Suzuha showing this to me? Well, I guess the answer is obvious. She wants to use it to prove that she's from the future. And if that's the case, don't tell me, is this actually a time machine? Bingo, good guess. And now you've seen too much to just walk away. I need your help, Uncle Ocarine. Did she just call me Uncle? Wait a second, who are you calling Uncle? We're basically the same age. Ah, good point. In 2010, we'd be about the same age. But to me, you've always been Uncle Ocarine. I'm gonna explain her. Yeah, well, like, you've got that whole aspect, but apparently it's just Krisu's fine. Krisu's fine in the other world line, don't worry about it. She said she's from the year 2036. It's about 26 years from now. If you came from that far in the future and she's calling me uncle, then she... Curiosity. Do you know all of us in the future? Yep, I know all of you. My real name is Hashida Suzuha. After all. Hashida Suzuha. It was ketchup all along. With a full Vasha Stampede. He's definitely not the first cartoon character to pull that stunt, but boy howdy did he pull it so many times in that anime. And it was good. It was good. Hashida. Hashida. Hashida! Wait, hold the phone. Don't tell me you're Daru's. Yep, Hashida Itaru is my father and Uncle Okarine's right-hand man. It cuts to a view of the sky because he's already collapsed. He's just straight, like, tilted backwards. Oh, that's about the long and the short of it. Do you believe me now?
What the fuck?
Also, Eric, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. After listening to Suzuha's explanation, I could barely make weird noises. Never mind nod my head. Yeah, that type of weird noise. You know. In other words, time machines have been invented by the year 2036, but only a select few people know about them. That's right. And why, if so few know about them, are you, of all people, using a time machine? That's, well, let's just say I have some connections here and there. Baloney. No matter how many connections he has, nobody would let a young woman like her use a time machine. I'm sorry, I'd love to go into details, but that'd be a really bad idea. I bet. If everything you've said so far is true, this already feels like a worst-case scenario. You're not wrong. She agrees, but she wears a thoughtless smile on her face. It's not even clear if she realizes what she's done or not. Yeah, honestly, the rest of it seems pretty okay, and realistically, I bet you 5 minutes into the movie, you just, you get used to it. Honestly, I bet you just do. The jokes look funny enough, it looks Mario, I'm sure it'll, if nothing else, it'll be average. Oh, absolutely. The fact that Japanese Mario is Okabe is already the best, and Japanese Toad is Daru already makes that the superior version. It's almost like the movie seems like it'll do better when you hire voice actors or something. Crazy thought. Crazy thought. Maybe hiring voice actors to do voice acting works a bit better. I know, it's crazy.
It's magic.
Is it possible for me to get a closer look at your time machine, or is that a no-no? That line of thought out of here, yeah. Hollywood can't possibly hear about that blasphemy. I'm sorry you can't. It's forbidden for us to share our technology with those from the past. Okay, that makes plenty of sense. But I suppose what I think doesn't really matter. I take a moment to go over Suzuo's story. These are a few key points of interest. Suzuo comes from the year 2036. Her father is Hashira Itaru, aka Daru. She's currently a member of some organization and has their permission to use said time machine. She came here to obtain a relic of this era. Apparently it's something that can't be obtained 26 years from now. It's gonna be something like super innocuous, like, I don't know, mochi or something like that. Just like something super like simple and super common, but like it just gets phased out. Or like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper. Oh my god, it's gonna be Dr. Pepper. She's getting a Dr. Pepper for Uncle Ocarine because it's been phased out 26 years in the future because it's the best drink and it had no competition, so they had to get rid of it. That's what it is. That's what it is. Or, well, depends on who sent her here. If it was Okabe, it's Dr. Pepper. If it was Mayuri, yeah, maybe a limited edition Garo Froggy. If it was Daru, it's probably just an eroge that they like didn't save, and like, you know, digital media keeps vanishing these days. Because my stock is low, you know, using time machines for their intended purpose, stocking up on beverages. So what's this relic you need? In the future, there aren't many machines left that can read things like the 5-inch floppy disks or magneto-optical disks. But there's still valuable data on a lot of those old formats. It's our job to go to the past and bring back those sort of devices. Okay, so, fair enough. Magneto-optical and 5-inch floppy disks. Man, the 5-inch floppy disk though, if you've never encountered one of those firsthand, boy they floppy, boy they disks. Those were like the OG. Not the 3.5-inch floppies, no, 5-inch floppies. The actual floppy disks. Man, back when you had to like push it into the drive and pull down the thing to like lock it in place because it didn't really have a dedicated like eject. You could like you put it back up and you just pull it out when you're done. Oh, for sure. I was there at the early computer days. I remember playing Number Muncher and SimCity 2000 on school PCs. I remember playing Number Muncher on like a straight up just nothing but like black and green monitor like Macs back in the day. Yeah, giant hole cut in the middle of them because that's how they got spun. Before they were like, this is really dangerous and data is really going to get abused this way. Why don't we put it in some sort of like, you know, hard case or something? Thus the 3.5-inch floppy. Those forms of physical media are already considered relics in this time period. I had so many 3.5-inch floppies. I remember playing the Star Wars X-Wing game, which came on like 5 floppy disks. I had floppy disks full of like emulators and games. So I'd bring my own personal floppy disk to school that had a semi-translated Pokemon Silver before Pokemon Silver came stateside. Like between its release in Japan and its release here, somebody translated enough of it to get by and popped that on emulation sites, and I would have that on a floppy disk. I'd just bring that to school so I'd have my own save file for it. Just run it off the floppy, yeah. Also, hey Seven, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Had plenty of them that just stored like music and stuff. Those were back before like burnable CDs. That's what you used. The super small. I don't even remember how much they held, but it was not a lot. Like really not a lot. You know, hold on. 3.5-inch floppy. This capacity. How much was it? 1.44 megabytes per. Ooh. Oh no, that's for the bigger floppies. The 3.5 inches. Oh, okay, no. Standard of 1.44. Yeah, okay. Some of them could go up a little higher, but yeah. Ooh boy, that was But like back in the day, you didn't need much more than that. I remember first getting Final Fantasy VII on PC and having to clear most of my PC's hard drive for that game. Final Fantasy VII takes up 700 megs, and I had to clear the majority of my computer's hard drive to install that game. The vast majority. I'm not talking like, oh, just delete like something. I mean like, operating system, you're looking sketchy. You're barely hanging on by a thread. But you know, you do what you gotta do to play Final Fantasy VII. Those forms of physical media are already considered relics in this time period. Boy howdy are they 13 years later too. And they're not the only ones. Things like VCRs, cassette tapes, and digital audio tapes aren't going to be around much longer either. I guess if you wanted to analyze that kind of media, it'd probably be easier to just come to the past and get what you need, rather than try and find stuff that still works in the future. That said, I'd be lying if I told you that was the only reason. Unfortunately, the rest is all super classified. Anyway, do you finally believe me? Dr. Pepper Daru. Ah, yeah. That does appear to be a Dr. Pepper. Yep. Damn it. If I ever played that game, I'd have to main that character, just by law. I'd have to. I still have some doubts, but let's just say I believe your story. For now, anyway. I have a question. You came here all the way from the future, right? So why did you start working part-time at the Braun 2 workshop of all places? Why go through all the trouble of making contact with us? Ah, it's actually a super important reason for all of that. And that would be? Considering she was willing to put her mission on the line, it must be something incredibly important. To be perfectly honest, it's because I'm totally broke. What did you say? Okay, so when I traveled back to 1975, I made all sorts of investments that were supposed to pay off. But I ended up losing all my money because of the recession still going on in 2010. Ooh, things just kind of happened. Yeah, it was pretty bad. This girl, she's a complete idiot. What's wrong, Uncle Green? Are you still tired from all that running? No, I'm just exhausted by your stupidity is all. Couldn't you just go back to the future? Yeah, that's one option, but people would get super mad at me for that. She deserves more than a scolding for the trouble she's caused. I'm half joking. Yes, that was one of the reasons, but there's actually one other big reason. Big reason? You could have just said that from the start. Suzuha's expression grows serious. There's no two ways about it. Whatever she's about to say, it's a big deal. I unconsciously adjust my posture. Oh, what's going on? Well, you see, Suzuha leans in close and whispers to me. I naturally start whispering too. I wanted to see how my mom and dad first met. You're an idiot. We're right back to where we started. You traveled back in time for a personal reason. Nobody would ever willingly let you stay in the past just for that. What are they going to do, call her back? That's where you're wrong. So. I know this is hard for you to understand because you don't know anything about the time I come from, Uncle O'Crane. I mentioned it briefly before, but the kind of work I do right now is actually really, really difficult. It's not the type of job where you can be successful just through connections or luck. That's why, as a reward, we're given special exemptions to stay for extended amounts of time in the time period of our choosing. When I was a little kid, Mom would always tell me stories about how she and Dad met and fell in love. I wanted to see that for myself and decided to stay here. And this all very hard to believe. Any normal person would think she was off her rockers after hearing a story like that. Hell, that's what I was thinking of until a few moments ago. But no matter how unbelievable her story is, the simple reality is that there is a time machine right here, before my very eyes. I've been carefully looking it over, even touching it. Something like this couldn't be built in a matter of days, not even out of paper mache. I don't know what you want me to say to that. It's the truth. I'd take you to another time period if I could, but that'd be crossing the line. So all I can do is ask you to believe me, Uncle O'Crane. Suzuha quietly begs me, her hands together in front of her face. Come on, please, I need your help. I guess that's a no? You don't believe me? It's one problem. Yeah, go on. Let's say that, reluctantly mind you, that I believe you came from the future. Believe me, you'll help? Suzuha suddenly bends forward towards me. I reflexively pull back. Wait, don't get ahead of yourself. I'm not done talking. Listen carefully, got it? I said I reluctantly believe you, and I mean that. That's one thing about all this that I just can't get past, and that's that you're Daru's daughter of all people. That's the most ridiculous part of all this. No matter how hard I rack my brain, that bit seems more unbelievable than even her time travel story. It's like, okay, yeah, time travel's real. Cool, I can accept that. Daru has a kid. Daru procreates. I just can't, nah. Why? Sure, we don't look too similar, but lots of kids don't look like their folks. You have a mother, right? And if you're here to see how she makes Daru, I'm assuming you weren't born from the limb of a tree or something. My mom's back in my original time, and human, I might add. That's the part that makes no sense. This is Daru we're talking about. That Daru. Can't picture him ever getting married. It's terrible. Aren't you guys friends? Why would you say that about him? I'm saying this precisely because we're friends. True, Daru and I haven't known each other for all that long. But while our time together has been short, I'd like to think I understand him. Which is why I must repeat myself. Daru got married and had a kid? Impossible. This is unbelievable. And what's with your name? If you're Daru's daughter, why isn't your last name Hashira? I just told you, Hashira is my real last name. Even I'm not dumb enough to make contact with you guys using my real last name. That's why I used Amane, my mom's maiden name. Now once again appeared the so-called time machine. No matter how many times I try to piece it all together in my head, it all seems impossible. That said, there's no reason for her to lie about any of this. She has nothing to gain. So, do you believe my story yet? Yes, so. We're just going to keep going in circles at this rate, so let's just go with that for now. Yay, that's a huge relief. You finally believe me. Suzuha stretches out with all her might, as though a huge burden has been lifted from her shoulders. Her slender silhouette stands out against the blue sky. Did her mom not notice? Yup. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. If she's really Daru's daughter, she must mainly take after her mother. Now that that's over with, I'm feeling hungry. Since we're already out here, want to grab a bite? Hey, wait up. What's up? Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to treat me or anything. That's not it. Aren't you forgetting something? Something? Wonder what that could be. Didn't you want me to help you with something? Oh, she's quite the scatterbrain. That's right. Uncle Ogrian, I need your help. This way, And no more. I've already got a handle on the situation. You want me to help get Daru back to normal, right? No way! How do you know? It wasn't hard to put the pieces together after hearing your little story. The reason she didn't think Daru could ever fall in love with her is because she's his daughter. But naturally Daru has no idea that's the case. Suzuha just wanted to show affection to her father, but her actions ended up creating a huge misunderstanding. The one suffering the most here is Suzuha. Having your own flesh and blood father fall in love with you just doesn't strike me as something you could just get over. But hell, if that was the only problem here, this would be a cakewalk. Unfortunately, it's not. This whole ordeal might result in her not even ever being born at all. Suzuha won't ever truly be able to rest easily until she knows that Daru snaps back to normal. Still, I was just thinking, do you really need to be all that worried about this? Wow, it's kinda cold. That wasn't my intention. I just mean, wouldn't all of this be solved if you went back to the future? If Suzuha went home, she'd no longer exist in the present. So no matter how much Daru wanted to see her, it'd be impossible. She wouldn't even be born yet. The only reason he's fallen so hard for Suzuha is because she hugged him. He used to be all about Paris up until then. I like that was the singular thing it took to completely change him. Give him a little time, I'm certain he'd move on. It'd be a bummer that you wouldn't get to see how your parents first met, but beggars can't be choosers. If only it were that simple. But it is. If you go back to the future, Daru will eventually forget about you. Meet the woman he's supposed to meet, marry her, and have a kid. Boom, the end. It all sounds perfect to me. I forgot to mention this, but the day and place my mom and dad meet is actually really special. Special? It's at Komima in the summer of 2010. Komima in the summer of 2010. That's less than a week away! Exactly, that's why I'm in a pinch. This is one hell of a pinch. Even if Suzuha vanished right this moment, Daru would still need more than a few days to get over her. We've all seen how serious about this he is. If we don't tread carefully, it's entirely possible that he'll do more than just miss Komima as he tries to deal with his broken heart. It'd be one thing if we knew for a fact that Daru would still go to the event, but since we don't, Suzuha can't afford to not be here. Now, wait a minute. What is it? Did you come up with a good way to get my mom and dad to meet each other? No, not quite. According to John Titor, the world is composed of attractor fields, right? Basically, even if one were to go back in time and do something differently, the world lines would recorrect and arrive at the same converging point no matter what. In other words, even if Daru and Suzuha's future mother don't meet now, the two will eventually meet, marry, and give birth to her. It's their fate. Problem solved, right? You might be right, but there's no way to know for sure. I don't exactly want to leave my life to chance. I can understand that. Even a well-established theory about something can't be proven correct until it actually happens in reality. And in this case, being wrong would prove fatal. See? Now that you know my situation, I'd be super grateful if you'd help make sure my parents meet each other, Uncle Green. Man, she really did botch this up, though. Like, unlike OG Steins Gate, where she's here to help, you know, prevent, like, the Third World War from ruining planet Earth forever, she's here to, like, oh, wouldn't it be cute to just see how my mom and dad met? Well, let's just get in contact with my dad super early and see that he's a really massively weird otaku. Give him a big hug a week before the time he's supposed to meet my mom. That'll be fine. No, they still gave her a reason to be here, but like, the reason she made contact with us were her own personal reasons, and now she's screwed it up. Sorry. This is going to be serious pain, but with Daru's future on the line, I can't just say no. Also, you just have to open Daru's eyes and set him on a path to meet your mother, Komima, right? It'll help? This was much more careless than I initially thought. I might be able to get her to spill some more detailed information about the time machine while we work together. I also like the fact that the dystopian future military training was the only thing keeping her head on straight, and that, like, without that, she's just kinda ditzy. I can't let this chance pass me by. Very well, you're my best friend's daughter. I will lend you my wealth of knowledge. Really? Really? Yay! What? She suddenly hugs me. Wait, there's one condition. Lay it on me. Ask me anything. If you're going to help me, I'll gladly do anything for you, Uncle O'Crane. That right there. Stop that right now. What do you mean? You keep calling me Uncle. Stop that. Oh, jeez. You've always been Uncle O'Crane to me, so I guess it's just a habit. I'm sorry. One other thing. There's more. Didn't you just say you had one condition? Initially, but I've just been forced to add another. What is it? Get off of me, right this instant. Jeez, have you learned nothing? This is exactly how this Daru problem started in the first place. You going around just hugging all willy-nilly. How dare you hug people? Oops, I was so happy that I couldn't help myself. She may not be as thin as she looks. Anyway, now that it's official, let's go fix the future. Okabe Rentaro. Roger that. Prepare to commence Operation Yeah, what he said. The name of a goddess that appears in Norse mythology. She's said to direct people's minds to love, both men and women. Little else is known about her. How did he... Yeah, that operation. Yeah. No idea what that means, but yeah, woohoo! And so began our grand plan to play Cupid for Daru and Suzuha's mother. I never thought the day would come when I'd be playing Cupid for someone. I think it's really funny that this is slightly like the storyline in Steins Gate Zero as well. Once the future is not an issue, it's just Daru problems. On top of that, your own negligence caused one of your parents to fall in love with you, and now you need help to help them along so that they get together, huh? What's up? No, it's nothing, it's just... This sounds a whole lot like a movie I once saw. The next day, Suzuha and I met up in front of the Braun Tube Workshop. We will now commence the 94th Roundtable Conference. The future, yep. Granted, it's not much of a conference. I mean, he has told her repeatedly to go back to the future, so, you know. Not much of a conference considering it's just the two of us. There's not much we can do about that, at least not without letting the others in on Suzuha's secret. Daru still hasn't come to the lab, and we've already made sure that Mr. Braun isn't at his store. This goes without saying, but today's topic is Operation Shibun. Before we get into that, Part-time Warrior, there's a few things I'd like to confirm with you. Can I ask you a favor, Okabe Rintaro? What is it? Since I'm not calling you Uncle Ocarina anymore, can you stop calling me Part-time Warrior too? What does she want from me? Part-time Warrior is a part-time warrior. Whatever, there's no point in arguing over this. We don't have much time left after all. Alright, Suzuha. Yes? So I want you to tell me about your mother. What's her name? My mom's name is Hashira Yuki. Although, since she's not technically married in this time period, so she'd go by Amane Yuki. Yuki, huh? That name doesn't ring any bells. Though I guess that makes sense. If I actually knew her, I would have realized it the moment Suzuha told me her name. Plus, Yuki still hasn't even met Daru yet. So, this Amane Yuki met Daru at Komima, correct? Yep. They said they hit it off the moment they met. And that means your mother is an otaku, just like Daru. Yeah. I guess that'd be the case. They both still love anime and stuff. All the people to have chemistry with, she must be an absurdly hardcore otaku, considering she met Daru at Komima. Any other pertinent information? Let's see. Oh, I know. If I recall, she said she used to cosplay. The cosplayer? That's right. I also know what Dad said to her when they first met. What would that be? No, that checks out. Don't we already have a Moe Moe Kyun? Should we add another Moe Moe Kyun to the bot? Excuse me. The password makes sense now. Of course it does. You know what? Yeah, screw it. Let's add another one to the bot just to have it. I'll turn that off. This password in the future. Of course. It all comes back together. Cool. And with no background music, I didn't even have to futz with anything. Easy peasy. Excuse me. She has to be messing with me. Hey, I'm being serious here. Answer me properly. Damn it, that was the better one. Hold on. It's got the music note. It's obviously better. Alright, perfect. Are you mocking me? Is this all part of your master plan? Yes. Does she seem the type to have a master plan? She just Moe Moe Kyun'd you twice. No, I'm not. That's what my dad first said to my mom when they met. Moe Moe Kyun, will you marry me? You're sure of it? I am. I'd never joke about this. Can I just quit now? No, you can't. You're the only one I can rely on. Come on. Moe Moe Kyun is too ridiculous even for you. And who the hell would say yes to that? Sure, that's absolutely the sort of thing that Daru would say to a woman, but still. You've had it rough, haven't you? Well, kind of, I guess. And then take the opportunity to go over some of the more important pieces of information with Suzuha. First and foremost is Amane Yuki's current whereabouts. Unfortunately, she's moved so many times that it's impossible to figure out where she lives at present. Worst case scenario, she could live outside of Tokyo, which means it's not going to be possible to take Daru to meet her directly. And anyhow, there's no way we could get Daru to say such a ridiculous line to a woman who's not even cosplaying. That means our one way out is to get Daru to Komima no matter what. It's just not going to be easy. While it wouldn't be impossible to physically drag his huge body there, I prefer to avoid that scenario. You'd probably put him to sleep with a stun gun or pills, but it'd be hard to sneak him into such a crowded venue. Yeah, it would. Pretty sure they frown upon that type of thing, taking unconscious bodies into conventions. Or out of, for that matter, really, yeah. And even if we somehow pulled that off, I find it very unlikely that he'd be in the mood or frame of mind to say a line like that to someone he's only just meeting for the first time. So that leaves us with one option. We have to get Daru to go to Kamima of his own volition. And in order to do that, I like how that was his last resort. Get him to actually go on his own. Never done that before? No! First thing we need to do is wake him up from his perverted love for you. Perverted? You may not realize it, but he's got romantic feelings for his own daughter. How else am I supposed to describe it? Well, I guess that's true, but you could be a little nicer about it. There's no point in mincing words. Oh, fine. In any case, we need to do something about his innocent love for you. Got any ideas? I thought about it all night, but I got nothing. It's too cute. Nobody could hate me. She laughs weakly, scratching her head. It's amazing how unreliable she is, despite this being a life or death situation for her. What about you, Uncle Okabe Rentaro? Of course I have an idea. Who do you think I am? Really? What did you come up with? Very well, lend me your ear. Okay. So first... Ooh, why do I have to do something like that, Nyan? I know it's a lot to ask, but please, I'm picking. Yeah, the only option is for Ferris to do something even more, like hug him twice. Or maybe hold his hand. Oh, something so scandalous that it could never be forgotten. You can't say that. Apparently I can. I haven't been banned yet. Likewise. Suzuha and I bow our heads down on the table, but Ferris refuses to budge. It's just one favor, please? Ferris would love to help you out, but this is too much, even for me now. Come on, please, there's gotta be a way. We're currently begging Ferris to help us out with our Daru problem. Before everything fell to pieces, Daru was obsessed with Ferris. He was such a massive fan, he'd swing by Make Me nearly every day. I'm sure it's not hard to see where I'm going with this. The plan I came up with involves having Ferris charm Daru so that he can move on from his perverted love for Suzuha. I know it's kind of daft to say that about my own creation, but this plan is perfect. Yes, this is the Suzuha route. The plan is perfect. If Daru goes back to normal, there'll be no reason for him to continue with his current job, which means he'll have plenty of time to attend Komima. Perfect, right? In fact, it's beyond perfect. You could even say it's awe-inspiring. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm sorry, I really can't now. Is there any way we could change your mind? Nope, Ferris can't do it now. None of my scheming means a thing if Ferris refuses to help. I have no choice. I didn't want to use this option, but... I see. How unfortunate. I thought you, of all people, could have pulled it off. Sorry, Nia? No, it's fine. Sorry for bothering you, Ferris. Let's go, Suzuha. No. Worse. Daru did. I look at my partner in crime and stand up. But... Give it up, Suzuha. We can't save Daru. It was foolish of us to even think that we could. Huh? Let's go. I take Suzuha by the hand and step towards the register, the bill in my other hand. Oh, wait, Nya! Ferris's slender arm stops me. Perfect, just as planned. Oh, what were you talking about just now? What do you mean? Don't dodge the question, Nya. You said you were trying to save Daru, Nya. What do you mean? You're not going to help us. What point is there in telling you?
話してほしい。
事情があるなら
Wait,
話
wait.
を
Depending on the situation, I might change my mind now. What's going on? There's no way you could tell her the truth.
話すにゃ今日も
Tell me, Kyoma. Ferris grips my arm tightly. I wink at Suzuha and we sit back down. I give Ferris a vague outline of everything that's happened so far. I tell her about how Daru's become obsessed with a dangerous and manipulative woman. He's been desperately working multiple jobs to pay tribute to her, even at the cost of attending Komima, something he's been so excited for. However, no matter what we tell him, he won't listen to us. We're worried about his future. None of that's incorrect, but most of it is not correct either. That's why we have to open Daru's eyes to the truth. And we can't do that without Ferris.
知らなかったにゃ
Ferris had no clue,
誰に
Nya.
そんな
I
こ
had
と
no
を
idea that Daru-nyan got wrapped up in something like that.
この店に来なくなった
It's the real reason why he stopped coming here to see
実
you.
はそこにある。
Ferris gazes straight into my eyes, almost as though she's looking for something. Oh yeah, she can do that. I haven't lied. I just left out certain details. Besides, if I told her even the tiniest of lies, Ferris would be able to see through it. I don't know why, but this girl has ridiculously sharp intuition. I return Ferris's gaze.
なるほど
See, I understand now.
では、
ダルニャンは
Daru-nyan is a customer, but more importantly, he's my friend. I want to help now.
そういう
She
事情
believes
が
me.
あるなら
Well, again, he didn't technically
それ
lie.
にしても
Surprised you can make that all up on the spot.
でたらめではない。
Nonsense, it's all
すべ
true.
て真実だ。
After gaining Ferris's cooperation, the two of us relocate to a corner area of Mayqueen. I quietly survey the
そ
cafe.
んなことより、誰にはちゃんと連
You've
絡したんだ
contacted
ろう
Daru,
な。
right? Yeah, I told him I'd be waiting at
ここで
Mayqueen.
待って
それで、
And what was his response?
すぐに来
He
る
said he'd hurry over. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. Suzuha forces a smile and sips the milk tea in front of her. She's finally beginning to understand what sort of feelings Daru has developed for her. We'll probably be waiting here for a little while. Nope. When you said you'd be right over, at least that's what I thought. But the cafe doors open as I extend my hand towards the coffee cup. There sits Daru, out of breath. Whoa, no. Mayqueen isn't all that far from the lab, but seriously? You had to have dropped everything and just dashed over. Yeah. That's what you're dealing with. Upon seeing Daru, Ferris moves in to greet him. Suzu and I keep tabs on the situation from our hiding spot.
おかえりなさいませ
Welcome back, Nyan. It's been a while, Daru-nyan. Ferris is super happy you're here. I was told to come here. Alright, the person who called you said she had some sudden business to take care of. She left now. By the way, we haven't told Ferris that it's Suzuha who called him here. It's supposed to be the woman who's Daru's obsessed with right now, after all.
帰った
She left? Are you serious?
代わりに
She asked me to apologize for her.
そっ
See,
か
that's too bad.
残念
Oh, wait, Nya. Ferris starts trudging off, but Ferris stops him.
せっかく来たんだから
Since you went out of your way to come here, I'll make you a cup of tea,
あ
Nya.
いやでも僕
Oh, sorry, but I have work to do.
バイトがあるから
そんなこと言わにゃ
Don't say that, Nya. It's on the
そう
house
する
now.
にゃにゃ
え
Huh?
あち
Hey,
ょ
wait. Ferris is a pro. Without being too forceful, she wraps her arm around his and drags him inside. Even Daru can't say no to being treated like that. He quietly takes a seat.
ここまではすべて計画通りだな。
Everything's going according to plan so far.
うんあとは
Yeah,
フェイリス
now it's up to
さん頑張って
Ferris.
くれれば
Before Daru is even able to make an order, Ferris brings him an iced coffee.
あれ僕まだ何も
I still haven't ordered
頼んでないん
anything.
だ
だからさ
I said it's on the house now. It's my way of saying thanks for coming so often now. Oh, well, I can't say no to free. I have a lot of expenses to deal with these days.
でも今ちょっとバイトで
Like I said
忙しい
earlier,
か
I
ら
got a lot of work to
飲んだ
take
ら
over.
すぐに帰るの
After I
が
finish
先
this, I gotta get going.
バイト
Work? Wow, is this something you want to buy, Nya?
それはプレゼント
Present. Wait, this has got nothing to do with you,
フェイリスと
Ferriston.
関係ないことだ
I
ろ
noticed Ferris's shoulder twitch ever so slightly.
うーん
So that's how it is. That's too bad, Nya. There's still so much Ferris wants to know about you, Daru-nyan.
すごい
Amazing. She's been gazing into Dad's eyes the whole time she's been mixing
手だ
syrup
け
into the
はガム
coffee.
シロップを入れて
Yeah, that's her special maneuver. Didn't they cover that in the first
フ
game?
ェイリスの得意技で目を見て
If
混
I
ぜ混
recall,
ぜ。
that's Ferris's signature technique, the Mixy Mix Gi. Legend has it that no customer who comes to Mayqueen has ever been able to resist the charms of that technique. The first time Daru fell victim to it, he was a mess.
じゃあいただき
Alright,
ます
bottoms up. He gulps down the iced coffee, completely unfazed by Ferris' special power. Ferris' shoulders twitch again. Hey, Ferris is acting kind of Daru basically just dropped a bomb on her
フェイ
pride.
リスのプライドをずた
Daru
ずたに
calmly
切り裂
places the empty glass on the table and stands up. Ferris, on the other hand, looks as though flames have just burst from her back.
じゃ僕は忙
Anyway,
しいから
catch you later.
これで
Things to do, people to see. Wait, Nyan. Ferris wraps herself around Daru's arm as he stands up to leave.
あれは
Whoa! Wow, she's so bold. She's totally touching his arm with her weapon.
あれは伝説の
It's the legendary secret
当て
technique,
てんのよ
the touch.
当ててんのよ。
The touch? This is one of Ferris's most secret of abilities, a legendary technique said to make all who experience it melt into the palms of Ferris's hands. However, due to its incredible power, Ferris sealed it away herself. She considers it to be a forbidden technique. Well, that's what Daru told me a while back. Passionately, I should add. Never thought I'd see it with my own 2 eyes.
フェイリスは
This means
やつは本
business.
気だ
本気
She's going all in.
また来てくれる
Come back soon, now. Ferris will be waiting for you every day, now, Daru.
毎日
Ferris looks up at Daru's face with a heart-rending yet somewhat devilish smile. Ferris leaves her left arm wrapped around him and uses her right index finger to draw tiny circles on Daru's chest. This woman is terrifying. The other customers can't help but notice what's going on. It's nothing that can stop Ferris when she fires on all cylinders. As she devilishly draws her magic circles on Daru's chest, her hand gradually creeps its way up to his cheek. But what happened next made everyone doubt their own eyes. Unbelievably, Daru brushes away Ferris's finger. Everyone present shares a collective gasp.
ま
Well,
そこ
I
ま
guess
で
if you
言う
really
なら
want me to, I'll come back.
また
But
来て
not for
や
a
らんことも
while.
ない
You're
け
gonna have
ど
to wait.
しばらくは無理だから我
Daru
慢
turns his back towards everyone in the store, holding their breaths, gives a small wave, and leaves May Queen.
岡部倫太郎今のは
Look out, intro. What just happened?
な
I can't
な
believe
ん
it.
というこ
Why
と
that
だ
little... He's so full of himself.
完全に増長している
Cocky Daru is a terrible thing. They say that a person can change beyond recognition in just 3 days. But I never expected Daru to change this much. This is terrifying. I also like sad piano music for
自分の父親
Daru
だか
doesn't
ら
like cat girl
見てて
maids
痛々
anymore.
しいよ
What should I do? It hurts just to look at my own dad.
耐えろ
The pain, Suzuha. Never forget that your actions caused this. I clearly underestimated how bad things had gotten. We might have to resort to something drastic. I thought that was fairly drastic. I mean, that was as drastic as Ferris was capable of. I turned my head and noticed Ferris standing right next to me. The tears in her eyes are glistening. I don't blame her. Ferris has been put through hell. I'm shocked she can still stand, quite frankly.
No way,
Hey, Ferris! Ferris suddenly buries her tear-soaked face into my chest. Am I that unlikable? Am I that charmless? Yeah.
そんな
You're
も
an
のはないぞ
incredibly charming young woman. Daru just has a powerful magic spell cast on him. It's called
増長という名のな
arrogance.
だから
So don't you worry your pretty little head. Got it? Really? Yeah.
本当だ
Really? Okay, hearing you say that makes me feel a little better,
くれ
Kiyoma.
るなら
Since I'm the one who asked her to do this, it's my responsibility to be there for her. What's wrong, Suzuha?
別に
Nothing.
何を怒ってい
Wait,
る
are
の
you
だ
angry?
お前は
別に怒って
I'm
なん
not
かないよ
angry. I'm just angry.
ただなんだ
Just what?
うーんとにかく
Anyway, we
今
don't
は
have time
時
for
間
this
が
right
ない
now.
から
We have to come up
次
with
の
a new
作戦を
plan.
考えよう
Thanks for your help, Ferris.
フェイリスも協力ありがとう
Suzuha pries Ferris away from me, then gives her a hand towel to wipe her tears.
さあ行こう
Let's
岡部
hurry
倫
up
太
and
郎
get going, Okabe Rintaro.
おい
But hey! Suzuha grabs me by the hand and we leave May Queen in a hurry. After we're outside, Suzuha finally lets go.
何なのだ
What's up with
一体
you?
わかんない
Who knows?
何
What's that supposed to mean?
そんなことより
Never mind that. Come on, we need another
次
plan
の
if
手を
we're,
考えよ
or
う
we're
よ
not going to be able to fix the timeline.
手ならば
We could have worked on it back at May
かっ
Queen.
たじゃないか
それは
Sure, but she falls silent. Quite frankly, I'm still frustrated with Suzuha's behavior, but now's not the time to get distracted. I'll talk to Ferris later. Why am I even dealing with all this in the first place?
ねえ次
Hey, so what do you think we should do next?
そうだな
Let's see, there's actually something I wanted to ask you first.
何何
What is it? I'll answer whatever I can.
ブラウン管
Is everything okay with the Braun Tube workshop?
考えてみれば
Shouldn't you technically be working right now? Is that place gonna be alright without you there? Oh, this might be a problem.
かも。
Yeah, that might be. If you get fired, you got no money.
てめえバイト
Damn it, part-timer. Where the hell were you? How could you leave the store unattended this whole time? I'm really sorry.
ごめんで
We wouldn't need police if saying sorry fixed everything. I'm gonna have you work through the night to make up the lost time. Looks like we won't be making any more progress today. I mean, I guess when it's life or death, you can get distracted easily. Also, when you're Suzuha, the next day, Suzuha and I once again found ourselves discussing our next strategy during our break. Come up with a new plan. Yay, you're the best.
頼りになるな。
She's in a good mood. It's kind of hard to believe, considering she was crying like a baby when Mr. Braun scolded her yesterday.
では
It's time to announce the details of this new strategy.
ああ。
Oh, but just a heads up.
なんだ
昨日のこともあ
What
る
happened yesterday, I can't really leave the store
あんまり
unattended for
お
too
店開け
long.
られないんだよね。
お前は自分
Your
の
very
生誕の
existence is on the line, you know?
そんな
It's
こと
now
言っ
really
て
the time to
る場
be
合
worried
か
about the store.
だってもし
Yeah,
うまくいった
But when we
時
fix things, what am I gonna do if I don't get my paycheck? Yeah, are all kids in the future like this?
それにさ
Plus, the boss is crazy and scary when he gets mad.
顔なんか
His face turns bright red like an oni or something. I nearly wet myself.
見ちゃうかって思ったもん
Sad part is that she's not exaggerating. Even when the infamous Mr. Braun is in a decent mood, he has a face that would make a happy child cry in terror. Think about how bad it'd be if they were already a crybaby. Mr. Braun's monster-like appearance cannot be understated. So when he gets angry, it's on a whole nother level.
まあだがしかし
Fear not, I've factored all of this into my next
それは
plan.
全て計算
Really?
この俺を誰だと思って
Who exactly do you think I am? I'm the mad scientist who shakes the very world itself, Hoyo Kyoma.
さすがは岡部凛
You're
太
awesome, Okabe Rintro. Did I not just say my name is Hoyo Kyoma?
それで
Give me the details. What's your next plan?
知りたいか
Really want to
な
know?
らばし
Then
っ
listen
かりとその
carefully. The
両
next
耳
plan
で聞く
is...
がいい次の
I
作戦
honestly don't know what they're going to do
おい
to...
誰
Hey, Daru. Upon returning to the lab, I head straight into the development room.
誰
Daru, can you hear me?
そうそう
Yes, good.
Yosh.
Good girl, good girl. There, right there. Keep going.
そうそこだ行け
誰
Daru, you taking a study break? Daru.
ビンゴ
Daru is totally engrossed in his work. His headphones keep him from hearing my voice. I have no choice. I'm going to have to use brute force. I pull off Daru's headphones from behind, then shout into his ear.
誰
うわ
I wouldn't be surprised if Daru shook the entire room as he jumped up in shock.
なんだよ
Oh, it's just you, Hokuin. Don't scare me like that.
さっきから声
I've
を
been
か
calling
け
you
てい
for
た
a
の
while now.
だ
You left me no
気づ
choice.
かないから
今は後悔して
Regret my words and deeds. Sure didn't seem like he did.
それで
Well,
なんか
do you
よ
need something? I'm busy right now, so I'd prefer it if you didn't bother me.
そうか
Well, you have a guest, but I guess I'll just have her leave if you're busy. A guest? Daru appears past me towards the entrance.
悪いな鈴葉
Sorry, Suzuha. I know you came all the way out here, but Daru's busy right
誰は
now.
今
鈴葉たん
Whoa, I'm shoved to the side as he walks towards her.
こんちは
Hi, I thought you were
い
busy.
やいやいやそんな
No, no, I was just thinking about taking a
今ちょうど休憩しようと思って
break,
たとこ
actually.
だお
Little. He's completely talking out of his ass. And to make matters worse,
鈴葉たんこそ
thanks for
よく来てく
visiting
れたね
Suzuha-tan. Come right in.
ささ
Sorry
入
for
っ
the
て
mess.
汚いとこ
I
で
didn't
悪
even
いけ
call
ど
her
さ
Amaneshi anymore. When did that happen?
あオカリン何やってん
Hey,
のさ
Okarin,
そんな
what
と
in the
ころ
world are
で
you doing over there?
何
What?
ほらほらせっかく
Come on, Suzuha-tan's here to visit. Make some tea or something. Where are your manners? Without thinking, I grab number 6, the Siloom Saber. Before I swing it at him, I notice Suzuha forcing a smile and signaling me with her hands. I just barely manage to restrain myself. Instead, I grab number 1, the bit particle cannon, and quietly shoot some infrared beams at him to calm my nerves. Yeah, blast him full of infrared light, yeah. It really takes the edge off. After leaving the development room, I catch Daru approaching Suzuha, creepily rubbing his hands together.
それで
So, what do you need today? Oh, don't tell me you just wanted to see little old me.
急に僕
All of the... Reminder,
ないじゃん
all of this is from her hugging him once. Once. Yeah, of course not. Oh, it looks like the ball's rolling.
鈴
Suzuha-tan, what did you
今
just
な
say?
んて
だから
You're gonna make me repeat myself? Obviously I wouldn't come here just to see you, Hashira Itaru. Oh, are we getting... Be careful where you take this, because we know from the other path that he's kind of into the whole step on me energy. Her unexpected words freeze Daru in place. Not a bad start. But the real battle begins here. Suzuha's expression distorts, almost as though she's suffering from intense stomach. Oh man, this is only going to make him more excited. Her heart must be in a great deal of pain. But this is just the beginning. From this point forward, there can be no mercy, no sympathy. If we're going to come out of this in one piece, she has to forget that Daru is her father, no matter how cruel that may sound.
鈴葉たん
Suzuha-tan?
は
Huh? Suzuha-tan, aren't you embarrassed saying things like that at your age?
いいと
鈴
だいたい
And what are you even wearing? You're indoors and have a hat on? Do you seriously think that's stylish or something?
それだったらざ思いっきり逆
Also, hey Mitz, how's it going? Welcome to Piperland in the chat. We're trying to get Daru to fall out of love with the daughter he doesn't know that it's his daughter. Normal stuff. Love how my nose only really acts up on Sundays. Like, I swear. Like, my body knows. Oh, you're gonna have to do a lot of reading? Well, it'd be a shame, wouldn't it? I sure hope you don't, because you look lame as hell. This is the new plan that I came up with. All it took was one hug from Suzuha to emasculate him. If we're going to sever his feelings for Suzuha, then we have to shatter his image of her. We need to crush him into the dirt. Again, I don't think this is going to have the reaction you want. And that's when it came to me. What would be the best method of shattering his delusions? This is my answer to that question. Under my guidance, Suzuha will abuse and insult Daru mercilessly, almost like an American Marine instructor. If that doesn't shatter his delusions, nothing will. A masterful plan, if I do say so myself. My own brain trembles at the brilliance. You forgot to factor in one thing. That he might like it. But make no mistake about it, this is as heartless gets. Why you ask? Well,
それにその
that
服
goes
も
for those
さ
clothes too. They're all beaten and dirty and gross.
考えてみれば
Now that I think about it, you wear the same thing every day, right? Do you even wash your clothes, Hashira Itaru?
うわそういえばな
Wow,
んか匂い
actually, you kind of stink. Stay away from me.
急にどう
What's
したん
going
だ
on? Please.
あ
Ah, and that too. Are you trying to act cute to make
あ
people like you?
だったら
If you are, well, sorry, it's the opposite. You creep me the hell out.
ああああああ
The truly heartless part of this plan is that it forces Suzuha to hurl every horrible insult at her own father. If she was still a young girl at a rebellious age, she might have been fine with it. But for the present Suzuha, this is almost like torture. And she's not alone. This is torture for Daru, too. Even if she doesn't actually believe what she's saying, it doesn't change the fact that Daru is being verbally abused by a girl he likes. This is as cruel can be. Nothing more, nothing less. Forgive me, Suzuha. Forgive me, Daru. This is all I can do for the both of you, to protect your futures, and to protect my own future as a mad scientist. I swore I'd turn my heart to stone if it meant accomplishing these goals.
大体さ
Besides, what normal person would play porn games in front of girls like it's no big deal? They wouldn't, but you're not normal, are you?
そういうデリカシーのない人って最低だよね
Inconsiderate people like that are just the worst. Are you an idiot or something?
っていうか
Dirty pros like you are just trash, not even human.
それにな
Oh, and what was that nickname of yours again? Super Hacker? What kind of grown man goes around calling himself a Super Hacker?
カーとか言っちゃってる男の人って
Ooh. Yeah, but we already tried our previous best effort, which was to get Ferris to put on all of her charms for him, and he resisted all of them. So, drastic measures, Mitz. He resisted Ferris at maximum output. Drastic measures. I expected this to be bad, but this is even more painful than I imagined. I'm not even on the receiving end and somehow it still hurts.
あんたってば
You're a thick-headed, stupid, perverted scumbag. You're pathetic.
男よね。少しは恥ずかしい
You
と思
no
わないの
shame. And, is it just me or is Suzuha kind of getting into it? No, she's totally getting caught up in the heat of the moment.
何よ。文句があっ
What's
た
your
ら言って
problem?
みな
If
さ
you
い
got
よ。
something to say, say it.
ほーら。
What's wrong? Are you mute? Say something. Talk.
言えないってこと。
You can't muster the energy to respond. Then it means you agree with everything I just said. Am I wrong?
僕は
待って。
Hold it.
口でごちゃご
Before
ちゃ
you
言う
open
前
the trap
に。
ears, you will address me as Sir.
わ
Understand?
かった
さあ
声が小さ
You're
い。
too quiet. Speak up, maggot. Oh, so I guess she's leaning into the drill sergeant side.
さあイエスさ
This has gone too far. At this rate, he's going to be reduced to a puddle of goo. This is too much. I might have to put an end to this soon.
おい鈴葉
Hey, Suzuha.
うるさいわね。
Shut up. Don't talk to me right now.
はい
Sir. There is standing at attention, reduced to a mere lump of flesh after being battered by a barrage of insults. I can't bring myself to listen anymore.
このバカ。
You idiot, moron, cretin, human trash, degenerate, pervert. It might be time to throw in the towel, though I guess in this case it's more than like a referee intervention. Before I can do anything, Suzuha finally reaches the end of her little performance. It's a miracle that Daru is even on his feet after suffering through that much abuse. He's kind of like a boxer that's gone the full 12 rounds. No, it's probably in even worse condition than that. On the other hand, Suzuha seems to have finally realized just how much she verbally abused her own father. She looks heartbroken. She sure does. And ready to cry at any moment, but she bites her lower lip and holds back the tears. But no matter what, this was for the best, Daru. This was for the best, Suzuha. You'll both be okay. Your futures are safe and sound. Daru opens his mouth to cry out in defeat. That'd be the fat lady singing, so to speak. At least that's what it was supposed to be.
うひょ
Yeah. Huh?
ーな
What?
鈴葉たん
Suzuha-tan, you're the best! I'm so turned on! Thanks, Daru.
いやー
Just wow, that was an impressive amount of insults. I couldn't help but get the chills. Hell, I was on the verge of...
かけました
Yeah, It seems I underestimated him.
それにしても
Man, I'm surprised you knew that I'm into abusive characters right now.
あれ
Wait a sec, have you been trying to learn about my hobbies? I'm so happy.
だったら嬉し
We have made it
すぎる
exponentially worse. His entire infatuation started from a singular hug, but now after this, like... This guy.
やっぱさ
All men dream of having a cute girl abuse them at least once. We all want it.
ある意味でも実際やられてみたら見たで癖になっち
But
ゃ
now
う
that
か
I've
も
actually
し
had
れ
it
ん
done
ね
to
こ
me,
れ
I think I might become addicted to it. This guy is a true, genuine, bona fide perv.
あそうそう
Oh, yeah.
このバカ
Can you repeat what you said earlier? You know,
青
you
間抜け
idiot, you moron,
人間の
cretin,
クズ
human,
スケベ
degenerate, pervert.
変態
Just one more time?
できればもっと
Oh,
幼
and
い
if you could say it in a kind of childish way, that'd be amazing.
あと
Actually,
その
wait a
前
sec. I want to go get a video
今
camera
テ
ready.
レコ
I'll be
用
right
意する
back.
からも
Daru hurries off to the development room, searching for a camera. Who'd have thought that our attempt to shatter Daru's image of Suzuha would end with the opposite happening? I turned my gaze to Suzuha.
父さん。
Oh, she's barely able to squeeze that single word out before she actually starts to cry. It's two very badly failed attempts, yeah. Today's plan was a complete and total failure. Instead of crushing Daru, I've done irreversible damage to Suzuha's heart. Everything she had said to him ended up bouncing back at her. She crawls away back downstairs, not unlike a zombie, retreating into the Brawn Tube workshop. This is a perfect example of the boomerang effect. Considering how deep these cuts must be, I doubt she'll be on her feet again today. Suzuha was given a very clear look at just how perverted her own father is. I wouldn't be surprised if she lost all faith in humanity at this point. It'd be reasonable, honestly. Unfortunately, our current situation doesn't leave us with much time to mourn. Komiwa starts on the 15th. Jeez. There's just no time left. Even if I have to do it alone, I have to figure out how to fix this.
それにしても、ダル君一生懸命だね。
Daru-kun sure is working extra hard.
まあ
Well, at least he's in good spirits. Mayuri, myself, and Krisu are the only ones in the lab. Daru shut himself away in the development room, as usual. Mayuri's been working on a costume for Komuma. As for Krisu... Christina, what are you even doing here? What do you mean? I just wanted to pay you guys a visit. I was taking over the development room for the foreseeable future, so there's not much for you to do here. What, do you have that much free time? I mean, yes. Absolutely not. Unlike you, I have plenty of things that I need doing. And I bet you must be lonely, a little babe like you, still with her Mongolian spot. You probably miss your mother's teeth, no? Don't miss anything, and I don't have a Mongolian spot. Then why are you here? Well, I came here to see my good friend Mayuri, right, Mayuri? Kishan and Mayushi are besties. Right. And also, Krishan's an important lab mem too. She can come over whenever she wants. Yeah, fair. There you have it, understand? If anything, you're the one who seems to have way too much free time. How about getting a job? You jest. You couldn't find a man busier than me if you searched the entirety of Japan. Then what exactly are you doing here? I'm about to speak when the development room curtains open. Oh, I'm pooped. It's time for a little break. It goes without saying that I'm here to speak to Daru. If possible, I would have preferred it to be just the two of us, but beggars can't be choosers. Daru, there's something I want to ask you. Do you have a minute? No, I'm really tired right now. Can you keep it short? Yeah, it won't take too long, I promise. No more tricks, no more grand plans. Just that, like the art of war says, know your enemy and yourself, and you have nothing to fear in 100 battles. To start with, neither Suzuha nor I know exactly what Daru finds attractive about her. This whole thing started when she hugged him, but there's no way he'd be this attached just because of that. Except he's Daru. That was simply the catalyst. There might be a variety of other reasons why things got this bad. If we could figure that out, the solution to the problem might naturally come into view. At least that's what I'm hoping. This is a full frontal assault. We've been too reliant on clever plans and tricks. None of those things mean much if we don't attack head-on first. All battles in history start and end with a full frontal assault. No, but okay. So what is it you wanted to ask me? I'll get straight to the point. What exactly do you like about Suzuha? Daru isn't the only one surprised by my directness. Both Mayuri and Krisu are too. Why do you ask? 2 reasons. I hold up 2 fingers and thrust them in front of Daru's face. The first is that while our lab doesn't expressly forbid inter-lab romance, it'd be a major pain if problems arose between people somewhere down the line. So this is me wanting to get a better grasp of the current situation. What's the other reason? Second is just pure curiosity, to be honest. No tricks. Making up some detailed excuse would only complicate the matter. Sometimes simple is best. Never thought I'd hear Okabe say that. Oh, actually, I'm kind of curious too. Mayushi too. Daru-kun always used to go on and on about Ferris-chan, so I was wondering why you suddenly jumped ship to Suzu-san. Thought this would be more difficult with Krisu and Mayuri around, but it looks like they might actually prove to be quite useful. Women can't help but want to talk romance. It's part of their nature. It's just the guy talking romance. Even Daru won't be able to get out of this one. What? You all want to know that badly? Yeah, Mayushi wants to hear all about it. Likewise. Okay, fine. I don't really wanna, but I guess I don't mind telling you guys a little bit. As usual, Daru's choice of words makes me unsure as to whether he's pretending to be tsundere or something else entirely. To be honest, I had zero interest in her at first. How do I put this? It's like she wasn't even on my radar. This might not sound right coming from me, but you know, I'm an earnest guy, and Ferris-chan was the only woman for me back then. I guess her flag had already been raised, and she totally had the hots for me. I didn't even realize it. That one's on me. This is what I get for being so popular with the ladies. Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, are you saying that she made the first move? Well, I guess she did, or did she? I'm surprised at just how much he's retconned the story in his head, but it seems like Mayuri and Krisu are genuinely impressed. So was that the start of it? You know, when Suzuha hugged you? Huh? How do you know about that, Ocarina? Just happened to see it. Jeez, you saw that? That's so embarrassing. All true. Suzuha just happened to be there when I came to the lab. We were talking like normal, but then she suddenly dove into my arms. I'm guessing she couldn't resist the incredible pheromones. Yeah, definitely that. This is the story he's rolling with? I'd sooner believe that blue robot cats from the future exist. Never really believed in destiny or that whole red string of fate thing, you know? So, even in his own version, it's 100% just the one hug. That's it. That's it. That's it. Stuff's basically the opposite of science. But in the heat of the moment, I couldn't help but think that it was fate. Fate, huh? Like some kind of sixth sense or something? Well, you're a scientist, so you might not believe me, but I really felt it. I think that's proof enough that fate really does exist. I didn't say I don't believe you. I mean, the sixth sense is actually being researched in the scientific community. Truthfully, while there's no solid proof that it exists, there's also no proof that it doesn't. Which means it could go either way. And anyway, I think it'd be romantic if fateful encounters like that really did exist. You're a real romantic, Christian. I nearly call Krisu a mainstream woman, lol, but I hold myself back from calling her or Mayuri out. None of this is important. I know this much. The moment Suzutan held me, I felt like I'd been struck by lightning. Felt like I'd been reunited with a lover from a past life, like I knew her already or something. He's very confused. It's not too far off the mark. She isn't a total stranger. Suzuha is your daughter, you idiot. And? Huh? I think everyone here gets why Suzuha suddenly showed up on your radar. But that wasn't my question. I want to know what exactly you like about her. Specifics. Good thing, done. Daru answers my question instantly. Everything. Her face, hair, body, voice, taste, and clothes, how she's bright and cheerful, her courage, everything about her is great. I've been super duper in love. That's right, everything. She could murder a person, I'd probably still forgive her. Oh, he's in too deep. Okay. The good parts or bad parts, all of it. I accept everything. That's what love is. Daru breathes heavily through his nose. Comparatively, I can feel my heart growing colder and colder. If everything he said was true, I'd be more than happy to give Daru my blessing. But the sad reality is that these feelings of his are all delusional and assumptions born from a stupid misunderstanding. It's honestly sickening. I'm done with seeing Daru in such a pathetic state. I can stand to watch this farce no more. And so, in the heat of the moment, I let my stream of consciousness just run out of my mouth. Daru, this is just paternal love. Oh, you're just gonna straight tell him. What? That's right. What you're feeling isn't the romantic sort of love. It's the kind of one that one feels for their daughter. I immediately regret my choice of words. It's too late now. Daru isn't going to let that go. There's no walking this back. What are you talking about, Oakley? What does that have anything to do with how I feel about Suzuha-tan? That's just how it seems to me. That's all. That's all. Do you have any idea how weird that sounds? You're the last person I want to hear that from. What the hell is that supposed to mean? You tell me. You've never felt this way about another person. Hell, I'm not sure you ever felt anything about anyone. Oh. It's not exactly fun being lectured about emotions by someone who barely has any. For an eye, I guess. Daru's tone of voice gradually grows more angry, and I can tell I'm not too far behind. Unfortunately, I can't stop myself from swinging back. And I certainly don't want to be lectured by someone who doesn't even know why he feels the way he does. You just go on and on about love this and love that. Okabe. And anyway, what makes you think that Suzuha feels the same way as you? I'm shocked you haven't caught on yet. Excuse me, what are you talking about, Ocarine? Yeah, I guess this is why hand-holding is bad. People immediately like, oh, we're fated to be together. Suzuha-tan was the one who came on to me. IDK, what you're even talking about. All she did was give you an innocent hug. It's not that big a deal. What? I seriously have no clue what you're talking about anymore, Ocarine. Why do you keep trying to crap all over my feelings? Do you have some sort of grudge against me? Ashida, stop it. Hey, that's enough, you two. Mayuri and Krisu come rushing in between Daru and I. I feel sorry for the both of them, but there's no stopping me now. It's not like I'm enjoying this. It's hard to believe this is as hard to believe as this might seem. I'm doing this for you. I mean, like hell. If you were really trying to help me, you'd never say this stuff. Daru suddenly grins, almost as if he's figured it all out. Ah, I see. I get it now. I see. So that's what this is all about.
何が分かったというの
Please
だ
enlighten me.
そんなこと言っ
You're
て
actually in love with Suzuha-tan, aren't you? That's why you keep saying all this crazy stuff.
何
What?
ああやっぱ
I
り
knew it.
そ
That
の
face
顔
you're
は
making
図
says I
星
hit the
っすか
mark.
そういや
It
奥の
definitely
前は
doesn't,
バイ
obviously.
ト選手とか呼んでたくせに
Actually, didn't you used to call her part-time warrior? Now all of a sudden you're calling her Suzuha. I thought that was weird.
ああそうっす
Ah, it
か
all
そうっ
makes
す
sense
か
now. That's why you keep
だ
trying
か
to get
ら
in our
そうや
way. I
って
totally
いち
get
いち
it.
わけのわかんないこと
What's wrong
言っ
with
て
him?
くるん
What
で
is he
すねわ
saying?
かりますだったら最初からそう言えばいい
You
っし
should
ょ
have just said so from the
それ
start.
を不正
Why the
に
cowardly
なんだろう
tactics? Paternal love.
取ってつけたような
Seriously? And just like that, I'm totally losing it.
対俺
What the
が
hell do you
誰
think
の
I'm
ためにこん
going
な
through
こ
all
と
this
してると思っ
for?
てるんだ
おかり
Yeah, like... Obviously he can't tell them, but obviously, yeah. Mayuri calls out to me on the verge of tears, but even that isn't enough to stop us now.
俺はお前のた
I'm
めを
saying all
思っ
of
て
this
言って
because
や
I'm
ってるん
trying
じゃ
to
ないか
help you.
えなんな
Huh?
の
Why are
今度は
you
逆
getting
ギレ
angry?
な
Shouldn't
の
I be
し
the
かも
one
僕の
angry?
た
Then
め
how
って
exactly are you helping
わ
me?
僕のためだって言うならほっといてくんない
If you really want to help me, how about just leaving me alone?
もういいわか
Fine,
った
whatever, I'm done.
うんざりだ
I can't.
お前がそういう
If
こ
this
とを
is how
言
you're
う
going
の
to
なら
be, I'll just put it all out
全
there.
部洗いざらい言ってやいいか
Listen well,
Yo,
Suzuha
good
is... One thing I can't afford to say.
鈴葉は
Suzuha is... There's no stopping me.
あいつは未来からや
She's
って
your
きた
daughter from the future.
お前の娘なのだぞ
Everyone goes quiet. The room is engulfed in a cold silence as if everyone had just dropped dead. The ticking of the clock rings throughout the room. I said it. I really ended up saying it. I spilled Suzuha's secret. Now they all know who she is, that she's from the future, that she's Daru's daughter, all that classified info down the drain. No, they definitely don't. He's gonna laugh it off. Krisu's gonna laugh it off, think really hard about it, and Mayuri's not gonna understand. Now everyone knows. She's your daughter from the future. How long has the silence been going? Feels like it's been an eternity. Krisu, Mayuri, and Daru. They all look at me in shock. How could I blame them? How could Daru have known that the object of his affections is his own daughter from the future? I can think of nothing more shocking than that. Forgive me, Suzuha. I had no choice. You definitely had a choice, but whatever. I have no idea what punishment awaits you, but it has to be better than not existing. It's finally over.
マジありえん
This is ridiculous. Daru breaks the silence, his voice showing little sign of shock or terror. Huh? Daru, what did you just...
いやないって
Don't make me repeat myself.
それマ
That's
ジない
too
わ
stupid even for
オ
you.
カリンが何とかして僕と鈴
I
葉
think
と
you're
の仲を
desperate to
裂
pull
きたいっての
Suzuha
は
and I
分かった
apart,
け
but
ど
time
い
travel?
くらなんでもそ
Really?
の理由はないわ
doesn't
ありえん
believe me. I was being completely serious.
違う
Well, that's the funny
嘘じゃな
thing
い
about
俺が言ったのは
crying
本当
wolf.
のことだ
I'm not lying. This is the honest to goodness truth.
岡部
Krisu, not you too.
あんたがなんでそこまで橋田と
Honestly, I
天
have
音
no
さん
idea
の
why
仲
you're
を
so
壊した
intent
の
on
か知ら
breaking
な
them
い
up,
けど
but this has to stop.
きっとね
Mayuri, she thinks Okurin is just really tired. You too, Mayuri. Not a single person believes what I said.
違
You got it all wrong. I'm
嘘では
not
ない
making this up.
俺は本当のこと鈴葉は今から
Hold on, sorry, I
26 年
gotta
後の未来からやってき
Right
た
on
人
my
間
hoodie
で
sleeve. That's
しかも
there you go,
誰の
bothering
娘
me.
で
Suzu came here from 26 years in the future, and she's Daru's daughter. That's why you felt like you knew her already, and that's why the love you feel for her isn't the romantic kind, it's paternal love.
見損なったオカリン
Disappointed in you, Okurin.
誰
つうかさ
You're so desperate to break us apart that you'd even make up a bogus story like that.
違う
That's not it. I'm just trying to help your daughter.
分かったお
Whatever.
もう十
I've
分
heard
に
more
分か
than
ったから
enough. Just stop talking.
ダル分か
Please,
って
you
く
have to
れ
understand.
俺
I
だから
said stop
分かっ
talking.
たってば
Daru's response is cold, calm, and calculated.
ダル
オカリンはさ
Always knew you were deep in your chuny BS, but I didn't think you'd go this far.
そういう汚い嘘をつく人間じゃないと思って
Okay.
た
Don't get me wrong. He is deep in his chuny BS. And obviously, they have no reason to believe him. But the guy who one singular hug turned him into an overconfident idiot, do you really have a place to be judging here? One hug turned you into the maybe I'll come back to this maid cafe later if I feel like it, but I'm gonna make you wait for it. Like, come on, dude, you can't judge.
でも
I guess I overestimated you.
だから違う
I
ぞ
swear,
それ以上
it's enough. If you're just going to keep talking in circles, I don't know if I can stay here at the lab anymore. That's why I never want you to bring this up again. Well, that's not good.
はいこれドクター
There
ペ
you
ッパ
go.
ーで
You're
よかっ
fine
たんだよ
with
ね
Dr. Pepper, right? They do still say Dr.
は
Pepper,
い
right?
これドクターペッパーでよ
Okay, good. Yeah,
すまないな。
thanks.
うん
No problem. I open the can and gulp it down. Breathe. You can't one-shot the whole thing. I mean, you could, I guess, but...
ほら
Gee, don't just chug it. Suzuha pats my back gently. After I finally settle back down, I go back to sipping on my Dr. Pepper.
すまなかったな。
Sorry, Suzuha.
すず、
For what?
お前の来歴と出
Ended up spilling the beans to everyone.
いいよ別に
Okay, it's not like anybody believed you, right?
まあな。
Ooh. Well, yeah. We're standing on Akiba Bridge, the one connecting UPX and Daibiru, and looking down at people as they come and go. I take a moment to think back on what happened after everything fell apart. Daru left while the atmosphere in the lab was still sour, and it wasn't long before Krisu and Mayuri took their leave as well. None of them had anything to say to me. Now that I've had time to cool down, I can't exactly blame them for the hiccups they reacted. When Suzuha first admitted all this to me, I didn't believe it either. Nobody out there would believe a story like this, especially not in that situation.
岡部倫太郎はさ
Suzuha suddenly speaks up.
岡部倫太郎は
Kabe Rintaro, why did you believe my story?
なぜ
What do you mean, why? You asked me to, didn't you?
それはそうだ
I
けど
mean, sure, but most people would never believe something as out there as that.
別に無条件
Not
に
like I
信
just
じたわけで
blindly
も
bought
ない
into what you said. I had my doubts at first, too.
そういえばそうだ
Yes, that's true. You also showed me the time machine. We will continue to people watch.
でもさ
But even the time machine I showed you at the top of Radicon isn't enough to definitively prove anything.
私があれに乗ってきたって
Well, evidence that I actually rode in that thing to come here. There's no proof that it isn't just some fake.
もしかしたら私はたま
I
た
could
ま
have just as easily stumbled across it and
そ
used
れ
it as part of my lie.
それなのに
To be honest, I'm surprised you
よ
believe
く
me.
信じてくれたなって思う
After hearing her summarize it like that, even I'm kind of surprised as to how easily I trusted her.
確かに
Yeah, I suppose it's pretty
不思議なも
strange.
のあの時はまだ
Back then, I still doubted parts of your story. Now, I believe you 100%.
どうして
Why?
さあな
Trying to figure that one out
自分
myself.
でも
We both go silent again, watching people walk along the road. Could there be more people like Suzuha out there? Time travelers just walking around the city like it's no big deal? I started thinking about it.
今までありがとうね
Thanks for everything up until now,
岡
Okabe
部倫
Rintaro.
太郎
Her voice was gentle.
鈴葉
Suzuha, what's gotten into you?
ここから先は
I'll take care of things myself from here on out. You don't have to do anything anymore.
岡部
お
Um,
前一人
by
で
yourself?
こと
Do you have some sort of plan?
な
それは
That's... well, I don't have one right now, but I'm sure I'll think of something. You definitely
考
will.
えてみるから
It'll be fine.
大丈夫だと
What part of that is fine? You won't be
あん
fine
まない
without
の
a
に
proper
大丈夫
plan.
大体
And you don't even know a thing about Komima. What can you
この
possibly
先
hope to
一人で
accomplish by
何ができる
yourself?
というの
でもさ
But, you know, there's the attractor
ア
field.
トラク
I'm
タ
sure
フィ
things
ー
will be
ルド
okay.
もし今回の
Even if mom and dad don't meet at Komima this time around, they should meet each other eventually.
だから
That's why you don't have to do any.
ふざけるな
What the hell are you thinking? After hearing my own voice echoing off the buildings, I realized just how loudly I yelled.
岡
いい
It'll be fine. You
い
can't
いとはど
possibly
うい
believe
うこ
that.
とだ確かに
True. According to the attractor field theory, Daru and Amane Yuki will end up meeting, and there's a decent chance that
誰
you'll
と
be
天音
born.
がだが
But
し
that's
か
not
しそうでない可
guaranteed
能
to
性いい
happen.
か
Listen to me.
現象は
As
確
long
認
as the
されない
phenomena
限り
can't be confirmed, it's
それが
basically a
起こり
coin
得る可
flip
能
as
性
to
は
whether
常
it'll
に
occur or
五分
not.
だお前が生まれることになる
There's
か
no
そ
way
れ
of
とも
knowing if you'll be born or not until
誕
the
生
time
するもの
comes. But the problem is that when the time does come, it'll be too late to fix things. Why am I getting so fired up over this? I guess my beef with Daru is still weighing heavily on my shoulders. I can tell that a part of me is trying to be calm and composed about this, but my words still spill out
いい
nonetheless.
か
You understand? Don't you dare say it's fine ever again.
弱音を吐くのはいい
There's nothing wrong with complaining. Hell, complain as much as you want. I'd be happy to lend you an open ear.
だが
But don't make it sound like
諦
you're
めるよう
giving
なこと
up.
だ今度そんなことを言ったら
If you ever say something like that
この
again,
俺がただ
don't
じゃ
think
済
I'll
まさ
let
ん
you
から
off the
な
hook. What am I doing? This isn't like me at all. Only fools let their emotions speak for them. However, after I let it all out, I can feel relief starting to set in.
岡部倫太郎
Suzuha sounds like she could vanish at any moment as she utters my name.
大体
Besides, how can you say you're fine when you look like you're about to cry? Stop trying to act tough.
嘘をつくのなら
If you're going to lie, you could at least try to keep a straight face so it's not so obvious,
見
dummy.
破られない
A gentle, pleasant smell reaches my nose. I feel a warm, soft sensation on my shoulder. This is...
ありがとう。
Thanks, Uncle Ocarine.
何を
What are you
そんな
doing?
ごめん。
I'm sorry. Please, just let me stay like this for a little while.
な
Try to speak, but the damp sensation from where Suzu's cheek is touching me makes me swallow my words. I try imagining it, going 26 years into the past, departing on a lonely journey to a time where not a single person knows me. How would that feel? The cityscape, the culture, even the clothes that people are wearing. A world that I only know through video and people talking about the past. No friends, no family, and even if there was, I could never reveal my identity to them. Nobody to rely on. Be all alone. She's usually so cheerful when she's around us, but I wonder how she really spends her days in this time period.
ねえ、お
Hey,
かりんおじさん
Uncle
は
Ocarine, why are you going so
どう
far
して
from me?
私にそこまでしてくれるの？
Suzuha asks, her face still pressed against my clothes. I wonder. To be honest, even I don't know why I'm getting so hot-blooded about all of this. However, if I had to name a reason,
お前は
it's your Daru's
誰
daughter.
の
お父さんの？
My dad?
おう
Sure, he's been kind of pathetic as of late, but he's still a super hacker. He's still my right-hand man.
その娘が困って
If his daughter is in trouble, it's my responsibility to be there for her.
そっか。
Because I'm his daughter.
娘だから。
Perhaps I'm just imagining it, but Suzuha seems even more downtrodden than before. I hear a familiar song ring out from the giant monitor on UPX. I don't know the artist or the song name, but it's probably FES because it's SciTV. But I'm certain I've heard it before.
でもさ、
But you know, all that stuff might be a lie.
それもとは
What do you mean?
だから
Me being Hashira Itaru's daughter?
本当は全部
What
嘘
if it's
で
just a big lie and I'm doing this because I
なんで
enjoy
私
messing
は
with you?
それでも
Would you still trust me even then?
当然だ
Of course.
どうして
Why?
なぜなら
Because you're a lab mem.
ラボメン
Lab mem?
お前は大事なラボメン
You're one
の
of my
一人だ
cherished lab mems. I can't just turn away when you're making such a sad face.
信じないわけにはいくまい
How could I not trust you?
大事な
Cherished. Her soft, whispering voice brushes against my ears. Her chestnut-colored hair flutters in the wind, caressing my cheek. The tears that had wet my shoulder had dried up. The place where she's touching me feels hot. That's why I... Of course. When in doubt, laugh.
おかりんお
Uncle
じさん
Ocarine?
どうやらすっかり俺の術中にはまったようだな。あまね鈴葉よ
Amane Suzuha, you've completely fallen into my trap. Suzuha looks up at me dumbfounded.
そうだ
Indeed, my words have charmed you into giving me your complete and total trust. But that is my true motive, the goal of the mad scientist who brings chaos to this world, Hoyoin Koma. You want to know why I offer you aid? It's because you're one of my cherished lab members. Well, has your heart been moved? You're so moved that you can't even form words. If our mission goes well, I'm certain you'll feel indebted to my genius tactics. Only then will you allow me into the time machine. You'll even feel comfortable telling me the principles behind it and its construction. Everything is going according to plan. I had to cut myself off. I could feel my emotions taking over. That's a close call. Ooh, I'm so glad I reverted back to emotionless Chuni before I actually, had a feeling. What's so funny?
おかりんおじさんって
You're
さ
really not honest with yourself, Uncle Ocarine. What nonsense? A more honest human has never existed in this
はい
universe.
はい
Yeah. Nonetheless, this means yet another person has been charmed by my amazing charisma. Yeah,
そう
you
かも
might
し
be
れない
right.
ね。よし悩む
That's
の
enough
終わり
worrying for a lifetime. I'm feeling way better now. Thanks a lot, Uncle Ocarine. Didn't I tell you to stop calling me that?
ああそうだった
Alright,
そうだっ
that you
た
did. Sorry, Uncle
おかりん
Ocarine. Damn you! There are only 2 days left until Komima. Do or die. I mean, honestly, I can't imagine any way this works out. If she straight up is like, hey, I actually really don't like you, and he believes it in some weird alternate world, he'll be crushed. If they go together, I mean, he's not gonna find someone else and immediately propose to them. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the out of this is. The next day, there was nowhere to be found. Not all that surprising, considering it's only been a day since everything went down. I doubt he wants to see me right now. If I had to guess, I'd bet he's at home working. Kinda weird for someone who calls himself a super hacker to dwell in the past, but Daru's not being here is actually pretty convenient for us.
これが母さんの写真だよ。
This is a photo of my mom. Suzuha holds out her cell phone. There's a photo of a woman with a dazzling smile on the screen. In her arms, she's holding a young child with an equally beaming smile, almost like the sun. This must be Suzuha when she was a kid. Unfortunately, Daru isn't in the photo. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious about what Daru looks like as a proper adult.
それにしてもどうしても
About the same.
早く見せておかなかったかな。
Sorry, nose is just stuffy and I don't like it. Probably should have showed you this sooner. I mean, I guess, but yeah. To be fair, I don't think you were just walking around with a photo of your mom in your pocket. Huh, I guess most normal people don't do that, huh? It's just a minute ago. Suzuha showed up at the lab, excitedly announcing that she had a photo of her mother. One can imagine my surprise at finding out she'd just forgotten to show me the photo she had. I suppose I'm partially to blame for not ever asking if she had one in the first place. I mean, if we're not even sure if she's in the city, like, yeah. Oh, and tangentially related, apparently there's a rule that any data on your cell phone has to contain as little information regarding the future as possible. It's all in the past. At least now I have a little more to go on regarding your mother. This is good progress.
本当？なんとかなりそう？
Really? You think we can fix things? No! It's too early to say, whoops. Anyway, let's use what we have now to search the net. If Amane Yuki's a cosplayer, there might be photos online. We could use that to track her down, or at least find some info on her. There's the afternoon to run through every cosplay image I can find in an attempt to locate Yuki's photos. If only he knew he could just ask Mayuri.
どうだった？
How'd it go? Suzuha excitedly asked me once we've met up again, but I slowly shake my head back and forth.
やっぱダメか。
Nothing yet, huh? I continue to look at cosplay sites until the evening, even looking at photos from past Komamon events, but I have zero luck. I even end up heading into Akihabara with a photo of Yuki in hand, going from cosplay shop to cosplay shop. That's not creepy. If I were a cosplayer, I'd be a regular at these sorts of places. Unfortunately, I once again come up empty-handed, especially because she doesn't make her own outfits. Mayuri makes them. Now that I think about it, fads in the genre come and go at a blistering pace, so she might hand-make her costumes to fit whatever's hot at the time. It's even possible that she has a friend who makes cosplay for her, like Mayuri or something. There's no guarantee that she uses any of these stores.
母さんってば
My mom always used to brag about how she was a pretty popular cosplayer, but I wonder if she was just exaggerating. Who knows? It's also possible that she only just recently started, which would mean that she's not actually famous yet. That said, there's always the chance that she was exaggerating or lying, but she's quite beautiful. I think it's safe to believe she was popular. Oh ho! Suzuha looks at me with a knowing smile. What is it?
美人？
Beautiful, huh? Yeah, so what?
うちの母さん。
You think my mom's beautiful? Recall the photograph inside of my mind. Well, sure, most people would agree. Honestly, she's wasted on Daru.
そっかそっか。
See, I see. So she's beautiful. What are you getting at?
ううん。ただ
Nothing. It's just people always say I look a lot like my mom. Well, you certainly don't take after Daru. For a moment, I imagine Daru with his hair in braids. That was a mistake. So, what's your point?
もう。
You surely don't get it. You think my mom's beautiful, right? So if I look like my mom, that means Suzuha has a huge smile on her face.
10年早いな。
You're 10 years too young.
何を？
What?
調子に乗るな。
Don't get ahead of yourself. A little girl like you is still 10 years too young to be called a beautiful woman.
10年。
10年もしたら。
In 10 years, you'll be an old geezer, Okabe Rinchiro. You'll be over 50.
バカ者。
Shut up. Quit thinking of me like you're in 2036.
ふんだ。
What's she getting so angry over? And anyway, now's not the time for petty squabbles. The master plan. Yeah, no. Very subtle. Oh, this is...
何何？見つ
What,
け
we
た？
found her? No, upon closer inspection, they look nothing alike.
なんだ。
With no other options left to me, I ended up going back to my search on the internet. Sadly, my results are less than stellar.
そっちはどうだ？
How'd it go for you? Couldn't find anything, I take it?
うん。
Not a
だね
thing. Suzuha was looking through Mayuri's cosplay magazines, but had no luck. We've got nothing to show for our hard work. At this point, it's probably useless to keep the search going. We only have a day left until Komima. After tomorrow, that's it. The event starts. Best bet now is to focus on getting Daru there rather than trying to locate Amano Yuki. But after yesterday, that's not going to be easy. No matter how hard I racked my brain, I can't come up with a scenario in which he'd go to Komima if I invited him. But what if Suzuha invited him instead? Needless to say, we already gave that a shot. However, his answer was no. I figured he'd probably be incapable of saying no to a request from Suzuha, but apparently he's really focused on his work. He's probably thinking that it's okay to miss out on some fun now because eventually his hard work will bear fruit further down the line. But we can't let things continue as is. We have to get Daru to Komima no matter what. And there's another problem on top of all that.
ダルに
Daru needs to feel like it's destiny.
運命
Destiny?
そうだ。
Exactly. Simply getting them to meet isn't going to be enough.
念には念を入れて
If we want to play it safe, we need to make sure that Daru feels like his meeting with Amano Yuki at Komima was even more fateful than what happened with you. We need to impress upon him that it is the choice of Steins Gate.
要するに
So basically, we need to manipulate things so my mom seems like his destined partner.
その通りだ。
Exactly.
ただ抱きつかれたくら
That
い
said, he ended up thinking you were the love of his life just because of a hug. If we can do something similar with Amano Yuki, we'll accomplish our mission.
本当の
なるほどね
Sounds good, but Komima is only a day away. Are we going to be able to do this?
そんなことができる
Suzuha's
のか
expression darkens. Ever since last night, she's been trying her best to keep her uneasiness from surfacing, but just for a moment, her true feelings creep out. I don't blame her. I'll pretend that I didn't see it. Good evening, O'Grain. How are you doing?
元気だった
Mayuri enters the lab 120% more cheerful than usual. She's probably still thinking about the incident yesterday. I don't want her to have to worry about things, so I respond as normally as possible.
マユリか。
Ah, Mayuri, doesn't
今日
work?
は
違うよ
Nope. I need to go give Fubuki-chan and Kaede-chan their Komima costumes now.
フリマ用の衣装を
At the edge of the room, I see big paper bags with costumes in them. She probably made them when I wasn't around.
そうか。もう暗い
Be
からな。
careful, it's already dark outside.
気を
Why, if she's not a little kid, I'll be fine, huh? It's Suzu-san. Suzu-san, Tuturu.
トゥトゥル
Wow, so enthusiastic.
あれあれ
Oh, Suzu-san, don't tell me. Larry happily trots over to Suzuha. She peeks at the magazine she's holding. I knew it! Are you interested in cosplay, Suzu-san? Well, I guess I sorta am.
本当だったら
Really? Then do you want to try cosplaying at Komima the day after tomorrow?
実はね
Well, to do the truth, I really wanted to make a certain costume, and I did, but there's nobody to wear it. I was wondering what to do.
来てくれる人がいなくて
Larry looks at Suzuha from top to bottom. Maybe she thinks it would be a perfect fit on you, Suzu-san.
あでも私は
But I have things to do the day after tomorrow, right, Okabe Rentro?
岡部倫太郎
Cosplay, huh?
そう。
See, I get it now. That's the only option left.
いや、
あのさ
Are you listening to me?
マユリ。
Mairi, I need a favor from you.
頼みたいことがあるのだが
Favor? If Mayoshi listens, will Suzu-san cosplay?
いやだか
Wait,
ら
I said I can't.
ああ、きっとや
Yeah,
ってくれるに違いな
absolutely.
い。
本
Really?
当
Wait, Okabe Rentro, do you realize what you're saying?
それで
What do you want me to do?
実は、
I'd like you to prepare the following things. I put my mouth up to Mayuri's ear and whisper what I need.
どう
So,
だ
can you do it? Yeah, hey, okay with me. This has to be ready by tomorrow evening, right?
おう、頼んだ。
Yep, I'm counting on you.
すずさんがまゆし
This is a small price to say, pray, yeah.
くれるなら
Hey, if it means Suzu-san will wear my new costume.
だからあたし
Said I... Oh no, I'm going to be late. I have to go see Fubuki-chan and Kaede-chan.
それじゃあ
Anyway, Mayoshi will bring the stuff tomorrow evening.
からね
Mayuri hurriedly grabs the paper bags from the corner of the room, then cheerfully rushes out of the lab.
ちょっと岡部倫太
Okabe
郎
Rentro, you realize I can't cosplay,
大
right?
丈夫。
It'll be
お
fine.
前に
You have the elite blood of both an otaku and a cosplayer flowing through your veins. You'll be unnatural.
なんか微妙に
That's supposed to be a compliment?
それ
Putting Suzu... I forgot that was the background. Putting Suzu's grumbling aside, I take my cell phone out of my pocket.
さて、
Now all that's left is... I select the appropriate name from my phone's contact list and press the call button. The phone rings several times and finally connects. What do you want? There's no way for an assistant to greet her boss. How many times do I have to tell you I'm not your assistant? Details. That doesn't matter right now. Doesn't matter. You're the one who brought it up. Oh, whatever. Anyway, I called because there's something I wanted to ask you. And what might that be? Do you have any interest in cosplay? This is the shockingly not the Mayuri route, but this is the cosplay route. The next night, I'm waiting in front of the lab for a certain someone to arrive. Operation Sofun has entered its final stage. This is it, the last piece of the puzzle. Hey, is he really going to come? Don't worry, he'll come. I replied to the voice coming from behind me inside the Bron Tube workshop. Just don't show yourself, no matter what. Leave the rest to me, understand? Aren't we around the same age? Don't you think you're being kind of bossy? What do you expect? I'm a mad scientist of chaos. It's what I do. It's not a reason. He's here. I can feel her presence practically disappear. As she vanishes, I see a massive frame coming into view from out of the twilight. Huh? Were you waiting for me this whole time, Ocarina? Yeah, I'm here to apologize to you. Take this as a sign of how serious I am. I turn and face Daru as he walks straight up to me. Then I bow deeply. Sorry about the other day. I have no idea what I was thinking, saying things like that. Forgive me, please. You don't need to bow like that. Like I said on the phone, I feel pretty bad about what happened too. So come on, lift up your head. It's all water under the bridge, right? No, I can't let this go. Not to mention, I made you come all the way out here. Let me at least treat you to a hot meal. But I guess if you really want to, I'll take you up on your offer. Today around noon, I called Daru. At first, perhaps due to what happened the other day, he didn't answer. I didn't give up though, and after several minutes of calls, I managed to get him on the phone. Wow. I mean, I get why he'd be mad, but he doesn't sound now as angry as he would be to ignore a bunch of calls earlier. Maybe he was working, I don't know. That was when I apologized to him as best as I could. Daru's attitude towards the whole thing almost caused me to lose my cool several times, but Suzuha managed to keep me calm. Daru said he was still busy with work, but I persuaded him to meet with me so I could at least buy him a meal. That brings us to the present. This all worked out as well as it has because Daru is very easy to read. I'm an observant person. It's funny how blind he's been to a lot of things, but it's okay. So I have a good handle on when Daru tends to get hungry. So where are we going? Good question. What would you like to eat, Daru? This is my way of making things right, so I want to do what makes you happy. Alright then, let's see. I'll have Menchi Katsu and Kichinjiro. Goodness. I was afraid of him saying he wanted to eat at Maru 4 or something. At least Daru hasn't completely lost his mind. I got it. Then let's head to Jiro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go eat. Perhaps due to his own hunger, Daru is in high spirits. He sings his bizarre song as we start walking in the direction of Kichinjiro. Menchi Katsu at Kichinjiro is seriously the best. Damn straight. After finishing our meal, the two of us are walking side by side through an alley at night. Compared to my full stomach, the less said about the current state of my wallet, the better. Though I guess now is not the time to worry about the little things. After coming this far, I can only pray that things go well. Hey, passerby. Ocarina, did you say something? No? I've been quiet this whole time. Huh, that's strange. I could have sworn I heard a voice right now. Hey, passerby. That could be anyone, honestly. Who knows? It's a mysterious fortune teller. It could be anyone, Robin. It's clearly a new character. A strange fortune teller on the side of the road motions at us. A veil covers her head completely, making it impossible to see her face. Hey, are you talking to us? That's correct. Would you care to have your fortune told? Well, this is the first. Oh, whatever. Let's just go. What? Ah, hey, wait! Hold up, Daru. Daru attempts to just walk off, but I manage to stop him. What's up, Ocarina? I have work to do. But this fortune teller is offering us an opportunity here. How about at least taking a look? That's right. Why else do you think I waited over here 10 minutes for you? Hey, Ocarine.
どうした
Oh, what is it?
なんかこの裏
Is it just me or is this fortune teller being a little too buddy-buddy with us?
そんな
No
こと
way,
はない
we've definitely never met her
見
before,
たこと
right?
もないような
Yes, but of
もちろんです
course.
よ
そんな
More
ことよ
importantly,
り
how about
どう
it?
だ
Let's at least take her up on her offer.
今なら
Be willing to make your first time free, my lieges.
お嬢様
Lieges? Is she nobility or something? This is weird.
細かいことは
Don't
気に
sweat
す
the
るな
details. Come on, let's have her tell her fortunes.
僕はいいよ
I'll pass. I don't believe in that sort of stuff. If you want to try it so badly, do it yourself, Ocarine.
あれ
Wait a sec. If I remember correctly, at one point, didn't you go on about how fortune tellers are all idiots?
あ
Really? I don't recall ever saying anything like that.
思い出した
I remember you totally did. You said it right when Mayushi and Lukashi were talking about how fortune telling was popular at this school.
オカリンもやってみないかって誘ったルカシなんか
Lukashi invited you to give it a try, and he started crying after you lectured him about it. Yeah, that checks out. So, yeah, maybe something like that happened once. I'm a changed man. I don't believe that anymore.
それにあれだ
Also, Mayuri said this fortune teller has a great reputation.
え
Wait, for reals?
おう
Yeah, that's why I think this is a good chance
そ
to...
この白衣のあなた
You there in the white robes. Fortune teller suddenly shouts at me. From what I see, your words and deeds appear to be rather abrasive.
その言動で
Did you by chance have a quarrel with the man next to you recently?
おろろ
Whoa.
そのまま周囲
If
に
you
迷
continue
惑をか
causing
けていて
problems to
は
those around you,
いずれ
you'll eventually end up
許されます
alone. Specifically, there's a girl who just returned from living overseas. You should treat her better.
した方が良いでしょ
なあ
Wait a sec. Could she be talking about
マ
Makiseshi?
キセシ
Sounds like it.
へえす
Ah,
げえ
that's amazing. You can even see stuff like that.
私にかかれば
See
全て
all.
をどうです
So, would you like to... What's this? I can see something.
あな
You'll
た
experience a great shift in your love life soon.
恋
Huh?
愛
My love life,
マ
really?
ジで
ええ
Yes, let me see. The fortune teller awkwardly places her hands over the crystal ball. Great Scott!
これは
何
Well, what is it? Is it something bad?
2、3日の
In the
間
next
に
2 or 3 days, you'll have a fateful encounter. The location, can't quite see it. It's near the ocean, a large building, a triangular shape.
海の近くで
Triangular shape building near the ocean. Is that
って言う
Komima?
と
萌え萌えキュン
Boy, damn it. We have to collect these now, don't we? We have to collect these. If it's going to keep happening, we have to do.
Huh?
I didn't expect every sound clip we'd get tonight to be Moe Moe Kyun.
萌え萌えキュン萌え萌えキュン萌え萌えキュン
Good. Turn the music back up a little bit. Yes, save the data.
それがキーワードです
That's the keyword. When you meet your fated partner, these are the words that will pass through your
必ず
lips.
やその言葉が出るでしょういいですか
Listen carefully. Moe Moe Kyun. Remember it well.
萌え萌えキュン
I mean, I should have expected. Should have expected. I don't even know if it's worth putting another marker. Honestly. So close together.
萌え萌えキュン萌え萌えキュン萌え萌えキュン
Good. Wait, no. Why the heck did I agree to
なんで
this?
私がこんなことしなきゃなん
After
ない
walking
んだ
Dara to the main street, I went back and found Krisu grumbling to herself. I'm certain nobody realized it, but the fortune teller from earlier was actually Krisu. I had her cosplay. I'm shocked, amazed even. I had no idea.
何を言う
You're full of it. I saw how excited you were when I asked you to cosplay
随分とノリノ
yesterday.
リだ
何
All you asked is whether I was interested in cosplay or not. When I finally showed up to see what you were getting at, you suddenly told me I needed to hide my face and pretend to be a fortune teller. Stop twisting things around. Oh, sounds to me like you were looking forward to cosplaying. But what? That's not funny. Do I look like I had fun? I mean, you got to call us out and tell us to treat you better, so yeah. So she says. When she arrived at the lab this evening, she seemed rather giddy. I won't press her too hard, though. She was a big help today. To be honest, Christina, I'm surprised you agreed to help me out. Considering her attitude towards me the other day, even. Do you believe what I said? You mean the whole Amane-san being Hashida's daughter thing? No way. You'd have to be an idiot to believe something like that. Then why? Well, after everything went down, I thought about it a little more. I felt like you had to have a reason for acting the way you did. Too soon. And plus, you're not exactly the romantic type. You don't strike me as the sort of person who'd work all that hard to break two people up. Is that a compliment or an insult? Yes. Tell me. For a fleeting moment, it looks like Krisu flashes me a sincere smile. Maybe it's just my imagination playing tricks on me. And what was with that Moe Moe Kyun thing? Is that really what you wanted me to say? Yep, you nailed it. Krisu's expression suggests that she still doesn't understand what any of this is about. I like how no matter who says it, they know to add the star. It's important. I don't blame her, but it's not like she'd be any better informed if I gave her the whole story. Anyway, thanks for today. I'll use my amazing intellect to repay this debt one day. Hey, wait, what am I supposed to do with this outfit? Consider it a memento. You can wear it as much as you like. Indulge yourself in the world of cosplay. I don't want it. Then throw it out. It's yours to do with as you wish. Again, sorry, nose is just more annoying than normal tonight. Sorry, nose Sundays. Hold on. Well, not sure if that'll help any, but... With everything there having wrapped up, I met up with Suzuha. Well, the goods have changed hands? Yep, how'd it go for you? Perfect. Let's see, do you think things will work out? Yeah, it'll be fine. He'll definitely come. At the end of the day, it's no more than wishful thinking on my part. I recall my exchange with Dar right before we parted ways. Oh wow, a fateful encounter. You must be excited. Does he look excited? What are you talking about, Oakley? Do you seriously believe what she was saying? What? She's supposed to be super accurate. Hell, she even knew about us. Maybe that Moe Moe Kyun thing was ridiculous. But that Moe Moe Kyun thing was ridiculous. Nobody'd ever actually say that. We've got like 3 recordings just from tonight, and we could have had like 5 more. Yeah, but... And I have Suzuha-tan, so who cares? What's wrong? Nothing. More importantly, we've got an early day tomorrow. Get some sleep, got it? Okay. Will the goddess of fate smile upon us, or will she turn her back on our struggle? The hour of judgment is close at hand. What's going on? Koguma gets this crowd? Yeah, it's a convention. The convention in Tokyo. Suzuha's first words upon arriving at the International Exhibition Center don't surprise me in the slightest. Everyone reacts that way the first time. I've come here a number of times with Mayuri, but I'm still surprised every time. Looks like this year is going to be packed too. Yeah,
何せ
no duh.
この
Well,
3
it
日間
is a 3-day gathering of the otakuist among otaku from around the world. A festival by otaku for
オタクのため
otaku.
の祭典だからな
Comic Giga Market, known more commonly as Komima, is held twice a year for 3 days each. Once during the summer and once during the winter. Currently, the summer event alone sees more than 500,000 visitors.
これじゃ
How are we gonna find Mom when there's so many people?
案ずるな
Don't worry, there's a place called the Cosplay Square, and that's where we'll find the cosplayers.
レイヤーはそこに集う
そうなの
Really?
じゃ
And if we go there, we can find her.
ああ
Precisely.
そういうことだ
That being said, if she's part of a doujin circle or working at as a cosplayer for a company store, that might not be the case. I keep this to myself.
ねえね
Hey, hey, your mom's a cosplayer, Suzu-san?
え
Huh? Well, yeah, I guess. So awful outside. Oh, probably, yeah.
これしないか
Oh, that's nice. I wonder if I can get my mom to cosplay too.
それってい
You
い
want your mom to... Mayuri wants everyone to cosplay. Mayuri enjoys cosplay. Mayuri wants everyone to enjoy things. Cosplay is enjoyable, so thusly everyone should cosplay. It checks out.
だってだって
Then Mayushi could make cosplay outfits for her.
でも前に一
I
度
tried asking her once before, but she said no.
断られちゃった
She
んです
asked? Normally people have to queue up in the general admissions line to get into Komima. With the crowds being as bad as they are, we wouldn't be able to get in until afternoon, resulting in us potentially missing our chance to meet Amane Yuki. So we had Mayuri ask someone she knows to procure exhibitor tickets for us. Problem solved. Usually these tickets are only given to actual exhibitors, but considering the situation, I'm hoping they look the other way. Here it is, the holy grounds in which cosplayers show off their crafts to the world. This is the Cosplay Square.
お待たせおか
Thanks for waiting, Ocarine. Upon hearing a familiar voice from behind, I turn around. Standing there is... Oh. That's an outfit. Hey! I freeze up the moment I see her. Is this really Suzuha? That's... The heart belt buckle is the obvious best part of the outfit. No, it's... The fact that the bow tie ends in a regular tie end, hanging down with 3 hearts. That's the part. Never worn something like this before, it's kinda embarrassing.
照れるもんだね
She's wearing an extremely frilly outfit with a checkered pattern on it, a far cry from the activewear she normally has
ど
on.
うかなどう
Peak
かな
fashion, absolute
今
peak.
人気の格闘
What do you
ゲー
think?
ム
She's dressed up as Maid from Phantom Breaker. It's a super popular fighting game.
実は前
To be honest, Maishi has been working on this with Susu-san in mind for a while now. Go on, Susu-san, say it just like we practiced. Ah, right.
キャンディー力を貸して
Candy, give me strength.
なんで
Or something? Well, how do I look? Come on, Ocarine, don't just stare. Say something to her. It's...
も
It's
まさし
It's
く
just like they say. Anybody can look good in the right clothes.
ちょっ
Oh.
と何それせっかく
What's that supposed to
思い
mean?
切ったんだから
Took a lot to work up the courage to wear this. You could at least compliment me a little. Technically, he did, but also insulted you at the same time. Susu-san, when Ocarine acts like this, it's because he's being shy. Huh? Really? Mayuri knows all and sees all. Nonsense, I'm not being shy about anything.
キャンディー力を貸して
Candy, give me strength. I swear, I'm not. I shouldn't be. More importantly, did you get a reply from Daru?
うん
Ah. Suzuha quietly shakes her head. Last night and this morning, Suzuha emailed Daru to tell him that starting today she'd be cosplaying at Komima. Is it crunch time at work, or is it just pretending to not have read the emails? Either way, he hasn't replied.
あの
The camera kid A.
写真撮っ
May I
て
take a photo
も
of
いい
you?
ですか
Suzuha-san, he's asking if he can take a photo. Huh? Me?
私そうだよ
That's right, everyone wants to take pictures of you. Everyone? Where the heck did all these people come
い
from?
つの間にかいっぱ
Was
い人
she
が集
shocked?
まってる
While we were talking, a large number of camera-equipped men had gathered around her. Suzuha gives me a concerned look.
ここでは
Common courtesy to let people take photos here.
でも
I,
あとは俺に任せて
don't worry, I got this handled. Go get some pictures taken. Okay then.
それじゃあポーズお願い
Please
しま
make a
す
pose. Pose? Susan-san, you just need to pose like that illustration I showed you earlier.
さっきのって
Well, that one, like this?
こうかな
Yeah, please say your line.
えと
Um,
っておきの
it's time for my big transformation. Here it goes.
声までメイタにそっくりだ
Wow, she even sounds just like Meita.
もう一回
Ken, say it again.
とっておきの大変身いくぴょ
Doesn't look like she's going anywhere for the time being. But there's no point in my getting wrapped up in this too. Ah, everyone, please line up. But geez, I never expected a line like this. She really is a natural born cosplayer. I may not have seen this coming, but that makes little difference. I'll leave Mayuri to take care of Suzuha and focus my attention on figuring out if Yuki is here or not. My legs feel heavy as we walk back to the station. In the end, Amane Yuki was nowhere to be found. I'm not sure if we simply missed her or if she never showed up at all. Tucker didn't come either. Now Mayuri makes bank.
う
She's like, $5 a photo,
全てのコスプレは
$10 low angle. Mayuri is just back there, just like Tataru, just printing money. So how was it? I mean, that would be entirely out of character for her. But she'd make it killing. So how was it, Susan-san? This was your big debut.
うん
I was super nervous at first, but once I got used to it, I had a blast.
でしょでしょ
Right? I didn't have time to make more than one cosplay, but I'll make a bunch for Winter Komima. That way you can wear a different outfit every day. It'll be great.
冬
Winter, huh? I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, huh?
うん楽しみにしてるよ
On our way back, Mayuri tells us she has some shopping she needs to do. So we part ways. Suzuha and I find ourselves back here.
初めてのコミマは楽しかっ
Did you have fun at your first Komima?
あ
Oh, I'm sorry. I know now's not the time to be
楽しん
enjoying
でられ
myself.
る立場じゃないんだよ
Maybe she picked up on the tone of my voice. Suzuha is apologetic.
でもさ
But it was funny, you know? Thinking about how my mom did the same thing when she was
こ
younger.
んなことそれに
And
楽しいふりしてると
I act like I'm having fun. I don't have to think about all the bad things happening. Coping Strategies 101. Suzuha gazes straight at the sunset.
この前ね
Not too long ago, when I looked at my hands, I could see them turning transparent. I got scared. It really, really is just Back to the
怖
Future.
くなって
Does that mean Suzuha's very existence is beginning to vanish?
で
That was a dream I had.
なんだ夢か
Oh, it's just a dream. Jeez, don't scare me like that.
あごめん
Sorry, I could have
紛ら
worded
わしい
that
こと
better.
言っちゃったねでもさ
But after having that dream, I couldn't stop picturing it. Me vanishing into nothing.
鈴葉
Blown away by my own foolishness. How could she have possibly enjoyed herself? She could vanish into the void without a moment's warning. It could even happen tomorrow. There's no way she'd be able to enjoy herself. Suzuha was simply forcing herself to have fun. Nothing more, nothing... No, it sounds like... No. We're up to, what, 3? And they're all the same sound effect. They're all the same sound effect. And we have, like, 3 of them from different characters. Hold on. I don't know if we can scroll back up enough for one. Give me just a second. We might, but it might be out of range. Come on. It's probably out of range, but... I gotta hope. I have to hope. If not, they'll be added soon. Close. I want to get just the line. We might make it. All this scrolling for one sound effect. Here we go.
萌え萌えキュン
萌え萌えキュン
We have 3 different characters saying Moe Moe Kyun. And they're all getting at it. All of them. We've got Susaha, we've got Krisu, we've got Daru. They have all Kyuned. They're all getting at it. Susaha is simply forcing herself to have fun. Nothing more, nothing less.
あのさ
There's something I wanted to ask you. But also, hey Pots, welcome to Viperland in the chat. Hope your night's going well. What is it?
ちょっとでいいんだ
Even if it's just for a little while.
握ってもらえるかな
And don't we already have a Chaos Child Moe Moe Kyun as well? Doesn't that already exist in the OOF command? She extends her small hand out towards me. I can tell that it's trembling ever so slightly.
さあ Let's go
It's not the Moe Moe Kyun, but... But there's the Mario. I might have to turn it up a little bit, but good. I put my own hand over hers. Almost as always, confirming that Suzuha still exists. Okay, we still have 2 days. Everything's going to be fine. Yeah. Suzuha grasps my hand tightly and nods. However, I'm sure even Suzuha realizes that my words are empty. No more than an attempt to give her peace of mind. That's basically a cue, yeah. And just as I expected, the next day, Yuki and Daru were nowhere to be found. Here, look this way, please! Oh, on to the last day. Big smile, please! Suzuha flashes the camera's a rigid smile. Past 1 p.m., it's already been over 3 hours since Komima opened for its third and final day. Today's our last chance. If we can't get Daru and Amane and Yuki to meet before the end of the day, this might be the end of the line for Suzuha. And yet, Suzuha still hasn't received any sort of reply from Daru. If you heard that the girl you liked was going to cosplay, wouldn't you normally want to see that? Not to mention, this is Daru we're talking about. There's zero chance that he isn't interested. We've even laid other breadcrumbs, too. Here we are, no Daru in sight. Maybe he really doesn't intend on showing up. What about Amane and Yuki? I initially thought we might have not noticed her, but if a total cosplay novice like Suzuha can have a crowd like this, there's no way a popular cosplayer like Amane Yuki wouldn't stand out like a sore thumb. Is Amane Yuki just not coming? According to Suzuha, she's supposed to meet Daru for the first time here, which means... I suddenly realized a possibility I'd overlooked. What if this is connected to the D-mail I sent earlier? Could I have completely changed the future? What if I created a future in which Amane Yuki and Daru never meet? What if... I can feel a chill run down my spine. If that's the case, I oh. An email? Oop. I saw Hashira over at the Tokyo Big Sight Station. He was carrying a bouquet of flowers and everything. Lol. He stood out like crazy. Lol. What is this? It's stupidly obvious that she's an @channel user. yeah, we all know. Who cares about that? More importantly, Suzuha, Daru's here! Huh? Suzuha immediately runs over to me. I hear disgruntled voices coming from the cameraman, but I couldn't care less right now. It's here. Yeah. I just got an email from Krisu. She spotted him at the station. Probably better that I don't ask why Krisu's here in the first place. But Daru-kun really did come. He knew he'd show up. Yesterday, Mayushi sent him a photo of Suzu-san's cosplay. I told him she's even cuter in person. Ah, yeah, that would do it. Great work, Mayuri. What should we do? First things first, we need to secure Daru. Hey, Ocarine, Suzu-san, where are you going? We'll be back later. If you happen to see Daru, just grab him and make sure he doesn't go anywhere. There are only a few routes from the station to Big Sight. We run towards the outside in an attempt to avoid the crowds. Excuse me, where are the cosplay changing rooms? Someone tries to ask us for directions along the way, but I don't have time to help. Wow, the voiced character asking for where the cosplay... I'm sure they're unimportant. Sorry, I'm in a hurry right now. Yeah, they're definitely unimportant. Oh, I'm so sorry, it's just this is my first time coming to Komima and I got separated from my friends. I don't know what to do. The woman who called out to me starts muttering to herself, but I don't have time to worry about her right now. I'm here to find Daru. Wait, I could have sworn I've seen her somewhere before. Ah, you know, he keeps getting it, just, you know, a few lines of text later. I raised my voice, prompting Suzuha to turn around and look back at me. What's wrong? It's Amane Yuki! How did you not recognize your own mother? What? That woman, I know just now, I know I'd seen her somewhere before. She's Amane Yuki. See, this one we can't blame entirely on him. You should have recognized her. You gotta be kidding me, you saw Mom? Where? She was just over... around, but the waves of people had already moved along and Yuki's nowhere to be found. Wait, she was asking where the changing rooms were. Changing rooms, I'll go take a look. Hey, Suzuha! Suzuha vanishes into the throngs of people before I can stop her. Tokyo Big Sight becomes almost impossibly crowded during Komima. I know this place like the back of my hands, but even I can get lost. Is she going to be okay? There was no point in searching for Suzuha right now. I head out of the building alone, looking for Daru. Surrounded by crowds of people going from the east wing to the west wing and vice versa, I keep pushing towards the exit. If Daru is here somewhere, he's probably following the crowds headed to the cosplay square. According to Krisu's email, Daru was holding a large bouquet of flowers. Someone like that would normally stick out, but in a place like this, he's just going to blend in with the colorful crowds of cosplayers. To make sure I don't miss him, I carefully scan everywhere I pass while making my way forward. I also tried calling Daru's cell phone, but he probably doesn't even notice his phone ringing right now. Excuse me, let me through, please! I snake my way through the sea of people. Time-wise, all the visitors in the standby line are being let in right about now. This is when Komima is at its most crowded. People as far as the eyes can see. No con is its most crowded midday on the final day. It's its most crowded midday Saturday, always. I end up bumping into a number of folks. Clicking tongues. Angry voices. I hear people in the distance shouting and telling me not to run. Please, just let me go this one time. I finally make my way outside. Needless to say, it's packed out here too. Daru's... My phone's ringing. What is it? Did you find Yuki? Alright, I couldn't find her. Oh, and I got lost. You got lost. See? What did I say? I'm sorry, okay? There's no point in crying over spilled milk. Just ask the staff for directions and head back to the cosplay square. Mayuri should still be there. Got it. How are things in your end? Nothing yet. Oh. In the corner of my eye, I see a large frame pass by. It's Daru! I found him! I'll bring him over to you right away! I run off, hanging up without waiting for an answer. I loudly shout his name, but he continues to march along without so much as batting an eye. Perhaps he didn't hear me? Daru, can you hear me, Daru? After yelling his name several times, he finally stops walking and looks around. Daru, it's me! Over here! I'm over here! I wave my hands as I run towards him. Daru's eyes open wide when he finally realizes it was me shouting his name. Krisu was right. He's holding a large bouquet of flowers. Okarine, what are you doing here? What do you mean? I was trying to call you this whole time. Why didn't you answer? You called me? Oh, look at that. Sorry, I didn't even notice. That doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that you come with me. Huh? Ah, hey, wait. He tries to object, but it matters little. I drag Daru by the hand and start walking. Okarine, what are you doing? I have something important to do right now. This is even more important. Someone's very birth is on the line. What? Is someone going into labor? You need a doctor, not me. By yelling for a doctor. I've seen that work on TV before. I don't mean like that. Look, there's no time to explain. Just come with me to the cosplay square. Cosplay square? Someone you need to see. You mean Suzuha-tan? Perfect. These flowers are for... What? Daru nearly begins to ramble again, but instead starts to scream as I walk faster, dragging him along. We push down the path I just came from, this time in the other direction. Whoa! Sorry, coming through... Yeah, imagine trying to squeeze Daru through a crowd. Whoa, hey, you're walking too fast. Okay, wait! It's like there are even more people here now. Having to tow Daru around certainly isn't making this any easier. Wait, Okarine, don't walk so fast. Yes, we still have time left. I can probably afford to slow things down. But who knows when we might get our chance to fix things. I'm hardly in the mood to take a chill pill. Can you at least let me let go of my hand? I'll follow you, I promise. Just don't lose sight of me. He's immediately gone. Immediately gonna be gone. I let go of Daru's hand and push up against the waves of people. I look back to check on Daru every so often, and we finally make it to our destination. Daru. Huh? Ah. I take a good look around the cosplay square. If I remember correctly, Amano Yuki was searching for the cosplay changing room. In that case, there's a good chance that she'll be headed here. She could be among... Suzuha sees me and runs over. I'm sorry, I can't find Mom. See. However, I did manage to bring Daru. That's one half of the problem solved. Our chances for success are at least better than 0. Kabe Rintro, where's Dad? He's right over here. When I turn around, Daru is no longer behind me. That little... Did he get lost? Daru, where are you? Kabe Rintro, over there. Take a look and spot Daru about 10 meters behind me, lying prone on the concrete like a frog that tried and failed to cross the street. I must have tripped and fallen. I start to make my way over, but then... Wait,
どうした？
what's wrong?
あれ
Look. Suzuha is pointing at something or someone. I follow her line of
大
sight.
丈夫
You okay?
Eh?
Huh? Standing over Daru is a young woman in a maid outfit.
母さん
There's no mistaking it. She's a lot younger than she was in the photo, but it is undoubtedly Amane Yuki, Suzuha's mother. Yuki looks down at Daru, a concerned expression on her face. Daru looks up at Yuki, dazed and confused. Two of them continue gazing at each other for some time, as though the two of them are frozen
It's
in time.
magic.
Suzuha and I watch their fateful encounter in complete silence.
えっと
Yuki's the first one to speak.
大丈
Are you okay? Are you hurt? No, I'm okay.
夫そうよかっ
I
た
see, thank goodness. Yuki smiles like she doesn't have a worry in the world. The smile really does resemble Suzuha's, though I suppose it's actually the opposite.
はいこれ
Here, use
よ
this.
かった
She takes a handkerchief out of her pocket, and Daru slowly reaches for it. His mouth starts opening and closing like he's trying and failing to form words.
あの
Hmm?
き
I...
うん
Hmm?
き
I want to spend the rest of my life with you. My Q. Will you marry
結
me?
婚してくれ
The force of that one.
君に一生萌え萌えキュン結婚してくれ
Alright, give me a second. We'll have his calm one and his intense one. Oh no, I know. We're in too deep to not clip these ones at this rate.
君に一生萌え萌えキュン君に一生萌え萌えキュン君に一生萌え萌えキュン
I honestly probably don't need to do it 3 times anymore. I only did that so I could have a better chance at finding a lull point in the music to make the sound file. But it's habit now. We play it 3 times. His grand proposal echoed throughout the venue. Well, somehow, against all odds, things worked out. With every step, sweat falls from my cheek. I make my way towards my destination, the heat bearing down on me. The memory of Daru's embarrassing proposal at Kamima is still fresh in my mind. Where am I headed, you ask? I climb the stairs to the seventh floor, then open the door connected to the rooftop. The sounds of heavy iron creaking rings throughout the area, and the light of the sun turns my vision white.
やはり
I
な
knew it. I figured you'd be
こ
here.
んなことだろうと思った
After my vision recovers, the first thing I see is Suzuha trying to climb into the time machine.
ラボメンが俺に
It's
黙って勝手
120
に
million
帰ろうな
years
ど
too soon for a lab man to leave without
1
saying
億と2000年
goodbye.
早いぞ
岡部倫太郎
Abe Rintro, why are you here?
どうして
夕べの宴会で
You seemed way too cheerful at last night's banquet. I figured you would try to leave today.
何それ
What's that supposed to mean? How did you get that from me being cheerful?
そんな風に思
He
わない
was right, wasn't he? Credit where it's due, he was right. You shouldn't underestimate the great Hoyo and Kyoma. Reading your thoughts is as simple as taking candy from a baby.
貴様のか
参ったな
I was hoping to leave without
せっか
anyone
く黙って
noticing.
帰ろうと思ってたのに
She awkwardly scratches her head. Apparently that's a habit she picked up from her mother.
あ
Oh,
そういえ
speaking of
ば
last night, my dad officially dumped me.
正式に父さんに振られちゃった
Good, but that's a hell of a line.
振られた
He dumped you?
だる
うん
Yep, before the banquet, he stopped by my place out of nowhere.
すまない
He was all, sorry, there's another girl I love now. I want you to forget about me and find
だ
someone
から
else.
僕あんた
Sheesh, Dad was really up his own ass, huh?
思い込みが激しいよね
That's the entire route. That's the entire route. That's it. That's all of it right there. Suppose that's better than him just laughing it off with a my bad, right?
それに
Hey, this misunderstanding is why things worked out with your mother, right? We should probably be grateful.
かもね
I guess. Suzuha looks up at the blue sky. She's probably thinking about what happened at Komima. Well, she wanted to be here for it, and she was. Daru would then go on to present her with the bouquet he had brought with him. You know, the one that had gotten trampled and crushed on the way over. Yuki wasn't the only one frozen in shock. Everyone within 5 meters stopped moving. This goes without saying, but I'm fairly certain nobody watching them would have ever guessed that it was their first time meeting. The crowd W word. The crowd watched with bated breath, waiting for her to answer to his brave proposal. Hell, we had planned for this to happen, and even we were surprised. Suzuo and I could only watch in silence, waiting for the outcome. With all eyes on her, Yuki was completely still. But finally, you're really funny. Who are you cosplaying as? What guts! She was totally unshaken by what just happened. She wore a huge smile on her face. I'm not cosplaying, I'm serious. My heart skipped a beat when I saw you. Will you marry me? This is kind of sudden. Oh, but hey, how about this? Let's start as friends. Whoa, for real? Yeah, what's your name? I said Itaru, but everyone calls me Daru. What about you? I'm Yuki. Nice to meet you, Daru-kun. It's a shame she didn't say her full name, so you'd be like, huh, that surname sounds vaguely familiar. The pleasure's all mine. I mean, at some point he's going to learn the name, and maybe he'll be like, was Okarin telling the truth? Yahoo! I found a real-life angel at Kopima. Yuki-chan is totes moe. Stop it, that's embarrassing. Just thinking about what happened is giving me a headache. My mom told me the story a bunch of times, so that was nothing like how I pictured it. We've been getting along swimmingly ever since then, so I doubt there's anything to be concerned about. The fact that Suzuha still exists here now is proof of that. I mean, it was basically fated, Mitz. They go on to live long and healthy lives and have at least a kid. True. We also know that Curry holds a bit of the power during their dating life. Specifically Go-Go Curry. Not just any Curry. Go-Go Curry. The power of convergence is OP. OP as hell, yes. Did Daru and Yuki meet as a result of our meddling, or as the attractive field theory suggests, were they destined to meet regardless of our actions? I mean, what, Mitz, you're saying if it was your first time going to a con and cosplaying, and you went to go check on somebody who fell over, they presented you with flowers and said, Moe Moe Kyun, marry me, you wouldn't go, oh shit, I'm in love? Come on. Come on. Come on. It's so obvious. What, you can't imagine Zelf saying, Moe Moe Kyun, will you marry me? When you first meet? Damn it, now we need a voice line of Zelf saying Moe Moe Kyun. In the end, I have no answer to that question. But I honestly don't mind not knowing. Let's just say that this was the choice of Steins Gate. By the way, this was actually Yuki's Komima cosplay debut. Even with that being the case, she was showered with attention during the last few hours of the event. There's no doubt that she's going to become a famous cosplayer. Hell, there are already photos of her on the internet. You know, I never thought you'd leave so soon. Without so much as a goodbye, too. I have no doubt of that, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I'd be able to go home if I hung out with you any longer. What? Suzuha doesn't answer my question. She simply gives me a sad smile. Mom and Dad met and got married. It's been almost 19 years since I was born. I mean, yeah, it's a long time, but now that I'm actually here, I finally get it. It really is a long time. What are you talking about? Nothing, don't worry, I'm just talking to myself. I was hiding under the table at college. Hey, clearly it worked. Wait, does that mean you were the Moe Moe Kyun-er in that situation? It's actually the other way around. Mitz looks up from under the table, goes, Moe Moe Kyun, and Self goes, oh my god, I'm in love. Suzuha straightens herself out and faces me, signaling that she's done talking about it.
それじゃ
Thanks for everything,
いろいろあ
Uncle
りがとう
Green.
だから
Didn't I tell you to
お
stop
じさ
calling
ん
me
は
that?
やめろそういえば
By the way, I forgot to ask you.
聞き
In the
忘れていた
future,
が
have you and I met?
俺は未来で
Yeah, it's a
お
little
前
late
に
to
会
be
った
asking
ことはある
questions,
の
but I can't help it. I'm curious.
あるよ
Yeah, we have, but it was only once, and I was super little at the time. I don't really remember much from back then.
一度だけなの
Only once. 2 weeks. Yeah. I resemble that remark. Can agree. While anime stuff can blow it a little out of proportion, there's a lot of guys out there, again, very much myself included, who can be very oblivious. Like, literally, if that was me, I'd be like, oh, wow, what a good friend. Like, cool. They really like me as a friend. They're buying me games and stuff. So, like, I understand. But I'm glad the message went through, was received. So, you know. Again, I hung out with friends after college, too. Again, like, it's... hey, as long as it works. And it clearly worked, so, like, all the best, but... I wish I didn't have stories of me being on the receiving end of very similar tales. So I understand, but I also can see how that could be a little frustrating. But again, end result good, so yay. The one text you send, moe moe kyun, that's it. Excuse me. You've been calling me uncle this whole time, like we were close or something, so I figured we'd have met each other a bunch of times. Yep,
父さんと
you
は
apparently
よく
got
会って
together
る
with
みた
Dad
い
a
です
bunch, though.
ね
I wonder why you never came to see me.
こうして振り回された記憶が
Solves all the problems. Yeah, exactly. Ramen gets it too. Huh, maybe I'm still traumatized by the memory of you dragging me around.
ひどい
You big jerk. Your carefree smile doesn't resemble Daru in the least.
そうだ
Alright, do you have anything else you want to ask before I leave? About the future or something?
協力してもらったお礼
Since you helped me out, I'll answer one question.
では
Well then.
ただし
But I can't answer any questions about the time machine. Curses, caught in the act.
タイムマシーン以
Something
外
I
の
want to ask, but not about the time machine. Very well. In the future,
そう
we're
だ
doing.
な
Who am I with?
未来の
There are
俺は
plenty of things I want to ask, but
あいや
no, never mind. I don't
や
want
は
to
りや
know.
めておこ
いいの
You sure?
うおう知
Yeah,
ってしま
knowing
っ
my own
た
future would take the fun out of
つ
it.
まらなくな
そっか
I see. I guess you're
そう
right.
だね
Suzuha looks at the time. This is it.
それじゃあ
Anyway, I'm gonna get going. Suzuha extends her right hand to me.
私のこと
Don't forget me, okay?
お前はラボメンだ
You're a love mem. I'll never forget you.
忘れるわけがあるまい
I grasp her hand firmly. She suddenly gives me my hand a strong pull, and
No.
I could feel a soft sensation against my cheek. Only for a moment. But I know that it's a... That's just a little charm to make sure you don't forget about me. Yes, of course. Mhm.
それじゃあ今度こそ本当に行くね
Anyway, this is for real now. Thanks,
また
Okabe
見るから
Rinto. Oh, I'll check
ま
it
たね
out later if I can. Wasn't a show I do need to watch. Definitely on my list, but I have other shows right now. Mostly Chainsaw Man. Basically just Chainsaw Man. Oh, now I gotta catch up on JoJo too, now that that's over. The part's concluded, so I can just watch it. Anyway, this is it for real now. Thanks, Okabe. Catch you later. Suzuha climbs into the time machine without looking back even once. Then... nothing happens, and turns out she was lying this whole time. And why? Why knows? Why? Swear it was fine all day. With a thunderous roar, she vanishes to a time and place far, far away. A distant time, 26 years away. All I see before me is the blue sky. It's like that hunk of metal had never been here to begin with. Catch you later, eh? I'll be at least 7 years before I see her again, but after I do, I should keep from seeing her for a while. At the very least, not until the time comes when Suzuha remembers the charm she left on my cheek. I don't want to change the future, you know. Well, we are one more path before the final path. Oh, I didn't expect more here. It's deafeningly quiet. The endless blue sky stretches out before my very eyes. It's almost like everything had just been a dream. It's hard to believe that a time machine was sitting here until just a minute ago. I'm sure it was a troublemaker to the very end. When will I be able to tell Daru and the others what happened today? Probably not for a long while, I imagine. I guess I'll just have to work Daru like a racehorse to make up for it. Yeah, it would have to either be Mayuri or Krisu last, but we already did Krisu, so it's gotta be Mayuri's last. It has to be. And you gotta go through a few things for it. All the other ones are fairly easy. The last one is not difficult, but I probably wouldn't have gotten it myself. Like, the instruction's still only several lines, but like, it's enough I probably wouldn't have been able to figure that one out. And with that, Operation Shion is complete. What a wild story. Suzuha came back to the past, had her own father fall in love with her, then helped to bring her parents together. It really is exactly like that one movie. How did that one end again? Alright, there was a sequel. After bringing his mother and father together, the hero safely returns to his own time. But right when he's starting to feel some peace of mind... Nah, that'd never happen. There's no way something like that would... You got a sequel bait, obviously, huh? Could have sworn I just... Booming sound suddenly erupts in the area. Everything goes white. What just happened? No way. This couldn't possibly... Oh, it's military version. My vision slowly returns to normal and... Good, you're here! Knew it! The young version ain't too shabby either. Oh my. Oh no. Huh? Never mind, now's not the time for that. You need to come with me right now. Where? The future's in big trouble. I need your help, Rin Rin. Okay, that's a lot to take in all of a sudden. I'd clip it, but we already have that exact It's still great. Just hurry up and get in! Wait, let me just ask you something. Looks like I'm in for yet another wild Suzuha ride. But you know what? I'm kind of okay with that. No waiting. Come on, we're going, Rin Rin. Why are you calling me Rin Rin? Saturday? Oh, what are you gonna cash in for? Sunday. Okay. A gape of root. Oh, Suzuha's ending. Yay. Phone triggers. The ringtone. And of course we save. Yes, save. Alright. So we should be able to load from the locked one we did. Okay, so that's the first time they prompted us to send it. This one it says ignore the prompts, send the DMO 2 times, then send it. So ignore the first one. That's the first prompt. That's the second prompt. Now we send it. apparently. Mario Kart 8? Cool. Yeah. Never. It was a really good time last time. And there's more maps now, so I think I just got the whole DLC pack, so I should have them. I'll have to check, but still. Feels on my computer barely touching the ground as my field of vision blurs. Let me see. Okay, it's not auto-skipping, so it isn't a new round. Slowly but steadily, the world begins to take shape again. It regains its true form. As the effects of reading Steiner begin to fade, I see that the world before me, the lab I was in, has changed. Man, what if the true ending of this one, what if the like hard to get ending is actually Luca? Just saying. I slowly raise my right hand. Number 12 is gone. There's no doubt about it. The D-mail worked. I jumped to another world line. As soon as I sink into the couch, I let out a long sigh. I hear someone breathing beside me. Oh. I was so focused on the changes to the room that I didn't realize I wasn't alone in the lab. I shift my gaze to see who it is, and I find myself left breathless. No, never mind. I think this is the Luca route. It's subtle, but this might be the Luca route. I mean, anything's possible. This might be it, though. This is truly unexpected. Lukako is facing me, eyes closed. What's going on? What the hell is Lukako doing? Sleeping, apparently. Lukako lets out a rather seductive sigh from between his lips. Doesn't look like he's sleeping. Lukako's tiny shoulders are trembling. It's almost like he's waiting for something. Oh, waiting? But for what? Wait, I've seen this before. I mean, not in person, of course. I've seen this in movies and manga. And if I'm right, could he be waiting for a kiss? Wait, hold on, Okabe Rintaro. There's no way that's what this is. I mean, we're talking about me kissing Lukako. Yeah, nothing would make Lukako a happier person in this world. Just saying, nothing would make Lukako happier. Oh, I know, this has got to be some kind of prank. He probably lost a bet or something, so I have to draw something goofy in his face. It's gotta be. It seems so much more likely. If not, oh, it could also be that. He probably got something caught in his eye. He's waiting for me to help him get it out. Duh. It all totally makes sense. Or at least it should have, and then Lukako parts his lips to speak. Luca is absolutely the thirstiest person in this game, but, you know, hides it well. But man, he whispers my name with his tiny lips. I feel my heart pounding the second I hear his quiet voice call out my name. It's like he's asking me to do something, you know, like a kiss or something. This has to be... No, it can't be. Why would Lukako and I ever be in a situation like this? Yeah, Lukako is extremely pretty, considerate, and quite cute. But he's a man! And something crosses my mind. Men can also kiss other men. Could he be a girl now? For example, what if someone else had sent a D-mail and that had resulted in Lukako becoming a girl? I find it doubtful as to whether or not a D-mail could actually affect someone's gender. Yeah, about that. But it might be possible if one were to send a D-mail to his mother or something. Yeah, about that. Wasn't it like eat more vegetables or something that was the one that did it? Doesn't seem outside of the realm of possibilities. Oh, that was all just the powder at the bottom. I thought it was liquid. Ah, hold on. There we go. It didn't taste bad, it was just dry. It still tasted like hot chocolate. It was just like very drying. But even so, that doesn't explain the current predicament I find myself in. Even if Lukako is a girl now, that doesn't explain what she's up to. Yeah, it does. Lukako has got the hots for you since forever, and the only reason it hasn't happened is because I don't think Okabe is homophobic. I think he's just not into men, and definitely shows that in weird ways. He's definitely got that moment from the first game, which is not cool. But I don't think he's actively is like, this is bad. I think it's more just like, nah, that's just not me. I think, but that bit's not great. That bit's not great. It only ages worse and worse every year that goes by. In any case, I need to think about my next move. I attempt to get the juices flowing in my brain. Unfortunately, it's still chaos up in the noggin. You know what? I don't know why, but I really like that line. Seconds pass without a single solution coming to mind. And so,
岡
Abe-san? Lukaku slowly opens his eyes.
あ
I'm pretty sure we already have that one too, but it's still good.
あ
I feel like he probably just recorded like a ton of like random sound effects and they like geniusly were like, it goes right here. Right here. That's the spot. He whispers, then goes silent, almost as if the rest of what he wants to say is too embarrassing to put into words. What's the plan, Okabe? What am I going to do? Or better yet, he's such a good voice actor, he replicated it perfectly again for that spot because he knew it needed to go there. To be continued in the next episode. Now's not the time for jokes. My best shot is to go with the most common reaction I can think of.
大丈夫だ。なんともなってないぞ。
That's it, Okabe? That's you're all good. Huh? He looks back at me, a puzzled expression on his face. It's like an essay describing the situation. This was a carefully crafted just for the moment. I believe that too. I bet everything on this being a situation where I was hoping to get something out of his eye, but his reply tells me everything I need to know. Swing and a miss. So is this actually supposed to be a prank? Or can you not see the like,
あの
I'm sorry.
ごめんなさい
Lukaku suddenly apologizes. Now it's my turn to be confused.
どうして
Why are you
謝る
so
の
sorry? I guess I got the wrong idea.
勘違い
Wrong idea?
一
How
体
so?
何をか
だって
Well, you know, you're being so kind to me and it just felt kind of romantic. Like the
すご
time
く
was
優
right,
しいこと
so
言っ
I
てくれて
was being kind.
なんていう
Me?
か
To Lukaku?
とっ
What
て
does he
も
mean
いい雰囲気だ
romantic?
ったからやだ
Oh, jeez, I
Nanda,
can't believe I made a
一人で
mistake like this. How
舞い上がっちゃって。
embarrassing.
恥ずかしい
Lukaku
で
puts
す
his hands on his cheeks and shakes his head back and forth, embarrassed. Reaction. No, no way.
なあルカ
Hey,
子よ
Lukaku?
はい
Yes.
一つ聞いてもいいか
Don't ask the question you want to ask, Okabe. Don't ask the question you want to ask. Just ask you a question?
はい
Sure.
俺とお前は
What?
どういう
Oh,
関
that's
係
not
だ
what I thought he was going to ask. What is this? What are we? Huh? He opens his eyes widely and then,
岡部さん
Okabe-san. I mean, it's still not great, apparently, but I see the tears forming in his
あ
eyes.
違う
No,
そう
don't
じゃな
get
い
me wrong. That's not what I meant. For reasons even I don't understand, I attempt to correct myself.
今のは
It was just,
そう
yeah, I wanted to be absolutely sure. Where the two of us stand, I just wanted to hear it from you directly.
僕の口か
From
ら
me.
そうだ
Precisely. Lukaku goes quiet, as if thinking about something and turns away from me. His tears are gone, his blushing face remains. I wait for him to open his small lips to speak. And then... You and... His tone of voice is soft.
僕と
You and
岡
I
部
are...
さんは
Lukaku shyly tries to form words.
恋人同士です
Lovers? Well. The one happy timeline for Lukaku? Perverted affection anima. Oh, okay. Lovers. I'm not hearing things. I heard exactly what he just said. Lukaku just said that we're lovers. Yeah, Lukaku found the right timeline. It obviously means that we're dating. Lament, as the French would say, a couple. As far as I'm aware, that's what you call two people who both love each other. I can't help but think for a moment that this is all some nutty joke. Like maybe Ferris is trying to pull a fast one on me or something? No. First of all, clearly Lukaku has been in love with you in every timeline. And two, Ferris doesn't do mean-spirited jokes, I don't think. Like, the most mean-spirited joke she does is clearly not admitting her feelings for him during her timeline, even though it's super obvious to anyone involved. She never, like, says it, I guess. Their own personal Steins Gate, yes. Not possible. No, that has to be what this is. God, I hope so.
岡部さん
Well, what do, Okabe? Lukaku quietly voices my name. That's when the door of the lab opens.
ごめんねこれ
Sorry for making you go shopping with me, Kuchan. I know you're super duper
いい
busy.
のよマユリ気にしないで
No worries, Mayuri. I actually had a lot of fun. That's my first time going to a fabric store like that. Really? Wait, are you into that sort of thing? Do you want to try Mayuri and Kusu immediately go quiet upon seeing us, their expressions awkward. Oh hey! Mayashi didn't know you guys were here! What's this? Did we catch you doing something naughty? Something naughty? What's he talking about? Please, you two, don't say things like that. Mayuri-chan, Makase-san. Please-chan. I kind of feel like we interrupted you guys when things were getting good. No, not at all. Are you sure about that? Well... Luka-kun, you're red as an apple. Oh boy, do I even want to know? What the hell are they talking about? Is this a fever dream, a nightmare? Did our lab become some super trendy cafe without anyone telling me? What kind of conversation is this? Hey, did you guys already know about this? What do you mean? Like, you know... I'm trying to dance around the subject, and Kusu immediately catches on. A wicked grin crosses her face. What the hell are you talking about? You're asking that now? Seriously? Makes me think they've been like caught in the act before or something. Maybe somebody saw them holding hands. Oh wow, even Mayuri's like... Kusu and Mayuri exchange smiles. Meanwhile, next to me... Lukako is looking at the floor, his face bright red. I decided not to give much thought to what Kusu meant with her words. Regardless, judging by their reactions, it's clear to me that what Lukako said earlier is true. I never really doubted him. Also, we haven't, like, saved it all tonight. Lukako would never lie to me like that. Yeah, because he loves you too much to lie to you. So how did this happen? No matter how much I rack my brain, I can't figure it out. Nothing else, the current me certainly has no memories of how this came to be. However, one thing is very clear. The email I sent earlier caused this dramatic shift, creating the situation I'm in right now. What happened in the past to this world line? How did I get here? I want to ask them directly, but I get the feeling I'd only regret it. Oh, at least he's learned that much. But wow, I never thought Ocarina and Luka-kun would end up together like this. Honestly, it still feels like a dream to me. Kinda jealous. Yeah, I wanted Ocarina. Despite my own confusion, the three of them are just chatting away. Exactly like that one old saying, you know, 3 women make a market? What? Though I guess this is a little different considering Lukako's technically not a woman. Wait a second. I entertained the possibility earlier, but what if the D-mail resulted in Lukako becoming a girl? Yeah, the D-mail that you sent to yourself like a week ago definitely could do that. That's right, Mayuri notwithstanding, even Krisu seems unfazed by our relationship. Because boys can kiss boys. That's just a thing that can happen. That can just happen. They can, you know, meet and kiss and fall in love. That can happen. And it's not, like, why would they be like, oh my god? Like, they'd be like, wow, I'm happy for them. Like they are. Even Krisu seems unfazed by our relationship. Oh, maybe he's assuming because she was in America for so long that maybe she picked up some, we'll say, nasty habits from fellow Americans. Considering how shocked she was when she found out Lukako was a guy, that seems a bit odd. Well, not really. This is totally possible. And if that's the case, this isn't really that big of a deal. Well, as long as we ignore how I personally feel about Lukako. Oh... I'll never say that out loud. I watch Lukako's face as she enjoys some girl talk with Mayuri and Krisu. Okabe-san? Is there anything different about Lukako compared to the other world line? More specifically, are there any signs that he's a she now? This is going to be an awkward path, isn't it? Stop that, it's embarrassing having you look at me like that. Imagine somebody staring at you and making that sound. Oh, hey, if you get that close, Would you quit it, you big idiot? Risu shouts at me. What did I do to deserve being called an idiot? Just shut up. I know you guys want to get all lovey-dovey. Can't you wait till the two of us aren't here? What does that have to do with anything? Well, you guys were about to, you know... Mayushi thinks Krishan is trying to say you were about to kiss.
自由自由
Yes, are you out of your minds? I was trying to do
バカな
no such...
俺はそんなこと
Oh,
していない
you and a big mouth. But, Okarin, you were staring at Luka-kun super passionately. Plus, your faces were really, really close.
それは
I was
確かめよ
trying
う
to
としてい
confirm
ただけだ
something.
確かめる
From what exactly?
だから
I mean, you know, that Lukako is... Yeah, this is just all gonna go downhill. Turn to look at Lukako and he meets my gaze. I give it some thought. Hypothetically speaking, if the Lukako in this world line is in fact a girl, from my perspective, it feels like Lukako just suddenly became a girl out of nowhere. But for everyone else, she'd have been this way ever since she was born. If I said I wanted to check to see if Lukako is a girl or not, who knows how they take that? Negatively. We all know how anyone would take that negatively, poorly, always. There's no situation where any one person saying that about any other person would be taken well. Also, we have already seen it, yes. You'd look at me like I was a real creep, because you'd be being a real creep. Hell, that'd be the best case scenario. Lisa would probably smash me over the head with a textbook or something, yup, then make me sit in the siesta for hours on end, yup. I could do without that torture, thank you very much.
それは
That Urushibara-san is what? That Lukako is, okay, yeah, I thought I saw something on Lukako's face, that's all.
そう
本当かしら
Really? Mayushi thinks Okarin's just embarrassed. They totally have the wrong idea about this. Well, no. I think Mayushi is right. I think he feels embarrassed, but, you know, not for the reasons they think. But whatever, that's not important. My number one priority is confirming whether Lukako is a boy or a girl. There's only one way you're going to confirm that, and it ends badly for everyone involved. So don't. I attempt a wide variety of strategies in an attempt to make a confirmation. Ask about his favorite color, animal, and whether he likes sweets or not. You know, the things that make a girl. You know. Depending on your answer to favorite color, favorite animal, and if you like sweets or not, that determines whether you are male or female. It's well known. It's well known. Obviously, if you say pink, cat, and sweets, you're a girl. I don't make the rules, Okabe does, apparently. I also pay close attention to how he speaks and carries himself, but he's always carried himself the same way regardless of which, like in the OG game, regardless of which path we were in, that was the whole point, you couldn't tell, that's just how they carry themselves, regardless of anything else. Now, I'm basically watching his every move. At one point, I even tried, I even tried sniffing him. I'm particularly careful about that last one. Krisu would probably never stop calling me a perv if she caught me in the act. After making use of every tool available to me, I come to a conclusion. Lukako is a girl. I also reach a secondary, perhaps even greater conclusion. No matter how you look at her, Lukako has always looked and acted like a girl. I find myself blown away by this unforeseen truth. Okabe-san, is something wrong? Looks like you're thinking about something.
さっきから難しい顔してるみたいですけど
Lukako sets her gaze on me.
実は今
Sorry, I was just shocked by my own foolishness, that's all.
なんだ
Wow, sure took you long enough. Krisu with the low blow. That's kind of her job, but I have something more important to deal with right now. No time for our games. I don't really know what's wrong, but I don't think you're a fool, not at all. You're so lovey-dovey. Look at these two lovebirds not thinking they're fools. Aww.
ほんと
Yeah, so lovey-dovey that Urushibara-san can't see what sort of guy Okabe is. Lukako's far more feminine than Krisu, no matter how you look at it. Still, it's way too early to say anything definitive. Okabe, look deep inside yourself. Do you like Luka? If yes, commit. If no, it's gonna be awkward, but you know, you gotta do something and be like, sorry, cut it off somehow. That's it. Those are your options. Those are your options. That's all. Can't leave things ambiguous. I have to know for sure. Tried every plan I could come up with. The only thing left is please don't. No, you have a choice. I was hoping I could avoid this. Everyone was hoping you'd avoid this, but laugh all you want, we won't be laughing. Break up or something. I'm a ruthless man who would cut down God or even the Buddha if fate would have me do so. That's cool, but don't do this.
岡部さん、
Okabe-san,
元
please
気
cheer
を
up.
出してください。
Lukuko looks concerned. I've made up my mind. Reach for Lukuko's crotch with my right hand. What are you? Wow! Oh my gosh! Okay, the Mayuri iguanas. Wait, this is...
さ
It's there. That thing is there. Yeah. Because you faced the wrong... You tried to face the wrong problem. You tried to face the question of is male or female, not do like or not like. Well, I feel for it once. Oh my god. We've literally already gone through this scene in a different game. Right there. At least it doesn't get its own CG this time. Hell, it's bigger than mine.
あ、いや、ダメ。岡部さん、やめてください。みんな見てます。
Oh, it's even worse because they're taking it positively. Because they're in an established relationship at this point. And Okabe is definitely not gonna go with that relationship now. Wait, then that means that Lukuko's still... Yeah, and that you two were still clearly in datings, at least.
やめんか。
Stop it, you huge perv! Overcome with rage, Kisu attacks me with a huge book. You've got it all wrong, I swear! How exactly do I have it all wrong? You got a real handful! Okay. No, I mean, this is... my right hand, it's going berserk! Okay. I do like the read, though.
右腕が俺の右腕が暴走。
都合の悪い時
Don't
だけ
even try blaming your hand. Moments later, I feel something smash into my head. Good. Well, I guess you didn't fall for it. I can't imagine anyone would. Lukuko and I walk side by side along the dark path. Really sorry about earlier. Not sorry enough to not have done it, knowing damn well it wasn't gonna go good.
いえ、
No, I was just surprised.
びっくりしちゃって。
I can imagine. I can imagine surprise would be one of the most prominent emotions in that situation. Predictably, Krisu had me sit in the Seisa position and scolded me for a while. Maybe that was the attractor field at work? I mean, yeah, that's your excuse. I didn't want to grab the junk. The attractor field made me. I mean, I just wanted to know if Lukuko was a man or a woman. We know what you wanted to... Wait a second. Now that I think about it, from Mayuri and Krisu's perspectives, everything that I did was to my boyfriend Lukuko. Yes. Because since you haven't said anything to the otherwise to Lukuko, you two are dating. Wouldn't that mean that they interpreted that whole situation as me being hot and heavy for him? Yes, and still didn't want to see it in front of them. They might not be the only ones who saw it that way. Yes! Okabe is not a smart man. Not a smart man. It's possible that Lukuko... It's entirely possible, yes!
あ、だけど、
But you know,
その
I didn't hate it or anything.
家とか
Just
そういうの
preferred
じゃ
if you
なく
did
て
that kind of thing when it's just the two of us.
あ、やだ。
Oh gosh, what am I saying?
僕、何
I
言って
can't see
るん
his
だろ
face in the darkness, but even I could tell that it's beet red. He's got the wrong idea about all of this. No, he doesn't. He has the exact right idea about this because... The only person who has the wrong idea about all of this is Okabe.
ルカコよ。
Like I said earlier, Lukuko, the power dormant in my right hand
あ
went
の時のあれ
berserk,
は
that's all.
俺の右腕に秘められし能力がを決して妙な気を起こしたわ
I
けで
wasn't
は
turned
ない。
on or anything like that, I swear.
あ、
Oh, right, of course, I'm sorry.
あ、いや、
It's fine, as long as you
分かってくれれば
understand.
いいのだが。
Not exactly convinced he does. But if I get too pushy about this, it's going to look suspicious. I should probably change the topic, and I guess answer my phone. I forgot to grab the Arrogate that went on sale last week. Who would have thought that I'd end up getting a remaster? I can't answer those here. I guess once you're in a path, you can't do much with it.
そういえば
By the way, you don't have Samidare on you today. What's up?
ごめんなさい。
Sorry, I left it at home.
でも、
But I do
毎日
practice with it every day, I
ちゃんと素振りは
swear.
しています。
I'm
本当
sure
で
he's
す。
telling the truth. Like I said before, Lukiko's not the type of person who'd lie to me. He's fragile but pure, sincere and innocent. That's the kind of person he is. Unless you break him. But don't break him. Don't break him. Don't break him. He's a man who does not deserve to be broken. Of course, I like Lukiko. That goes without saying. He's a man. All he needs is like some introspective time. Because this is the timeline where it's not subtle. I mean, it's not subtle to the audience anyway, but it was always subtle to Okabe. He never picked up on the fact that Lukiko clearly likes him. Now, it's out in the open. He can take that moment to think, do I like back? Do I not? I can't imagine that's how it's gonna... Well, it's still supposed to be a rom-com style game, so maybe in the end he will. It ain't looking like it now, though. No matter how pretty, how beautiful he is, he's a man. That's a fact. Honestly, I have no idea what led us to dating, and quite frankly, I'm a little scared to find out. Why? He probably was like, Okabe, I like you, and the Okabe of this timeline was like, thinking, oh crap, I like you too. Cool, alright. But I also think that it's in my duty to figure out how this happened. If I'm going to do that, I need to be honest with him. If nothing else, I need to at least confess that I don't remember how we ended up dating. That's, badly is how he's going to react to that. I mean, how would anyone feel if they found out the person they were dating didn't even remember why they were... It's not a laughing matter, but you know. This is absurd. What am I so worried about? I am Hoyo Kuma, mad scientist and bringer of chaos. What am I doing letting something as trivial as this bother me? Because you're actually having human emotions? The only thing I need to do is figure out exactly what's going on and what to do next. Well, you know what's going on. And what you do next... who cares what Luca... With that settled, I have nothing to worry about. I just need to tell him that I don't know how we ended up dating, that's all.
おい、ルカ子。
Hey, Luca,
なんだか怖
I'm
いで
just
す。
scared. Before I'm able to tell him the truth, Lukiko whispers to me.
僕、
To be honest, things
最
had been
近ずっと
difficult for a
苦し
while.
かった。岡部さんと一緒に
I'm not happy when I'm with you, Okabe-san.
岡部
Just
さんの
seeing your
顔
face, talking to you, it's enough to make
岡
my
部さん
day,
と
but
話をして
when I'm back to being by myself, I feel
その時は
unbearably
すごく
lonely.
楽しいんだ。岡部さんのこと考
Whenever
え
I
ると
think of you, I'm in so much pain
どう
and
し
I
てか
don't know
わからない
why.
けど、でもそ
I've
れが
never
な
been
ぜ
able
な
to
の
figure
か
out why.
だけど
Lukiko stops walking, turns around and looks up at me. His eyes look deep inside of me. Lukiko looks like he's on the verge of tears.
だけど
But
この
that
前
day, when you told me you had
岡部
feelings
さ
for
んが僕
me,
のこと好きって
I
言っ
finally
てくれ
figured it
たあの
out.
日に分
I've
かったんで
always
す。
loved you, Okabe-san. Yeah,
僕も岡部さんのこと
literally everyone
ず
else
っと好きだっ
knew.
たんだって。
I am curious what would bring this timeline's Okabe to realizing that himself. His words feel like a hammer to the head. According to Lukiko, I am the one who confessed my feelings first.
そのことが分かって
That's when the pain in my heart finally
僕の
disappeared.
心だけど
But now I'm just scared.
怖くなっちゃいま
I
し
can
た。
see Lukiko's tearful eyes, and it's immediately clear that it's not because of the lighting.
岡部さん、
Kabe-san, I'm scared.
僕、岡部さんが
I'm scared because I'm so happy that you care about me. It's scary.
そのこと
ルカ子。
I'm the one who confessed to him. This is a more dire situation than I initially thought. You know what? If this somehow goes down the path of, like, Okabe goes full Okabe, and Lukiko ends up going, like, yandere? I'd be like, I agree with Lukiko. I see where he's coming from. I get it. Had it coming. Sorry. I need more information from him. Depending on how things go, I might have to tell him the truth. But it just doesn't feel right telling him I don't remember, especially when I'm the one who confessed. And for Lukiko, that'd be like pulling the rug out from under him at the worst time possible. He'd probably be reduced to tears, if not worse. No, no more thinking. I can't sympathize with him right now. I can tell I'm losing heart, but I try to get myself pumped up again. Even if I confess my feelings first, I refuse to let his reaction affect me. Okay. I'm not Okabe Rentro. I'm the mad scientist Hoyo Kuma. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Wasn't really thinking about this when the game started, but of course the Lukako line is always going to be this. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe. Lukako's words have no effect on me. I will say exactly what I planned to say, regardless of how cruel I might be. That is the choice of Steins Gate.
今日は
Thanks for walking me home.
あ、いや、
No
このくらいお安い費用
problem.
だ。
Anytime. And now we're already at the shrine. Just to be clear, it's not that I couldn't say anything this whole time. I just, kind of missed my window of opportunity. But now that we're here, it's time to do the deed. I have to tell him the truth.
ルカ子、
Okame-san? Before I can even start talking, Lukako interjects. Well,
僕
I know I'm a handful, but I'm really glad we're dating.
どうしたの
That came out of nowhere. What's up? Ah, I'm sorry. It's just I was feeling kind of restless.
不安
Restless? Yeah, I keep having this weird feeling like you're gonna tell me that you don't even remember that time that you confessed to me and that we're gonna break up right here.
はい
I couldn't help but think that the last few days was some kind of dream and that tomorrow I'd wake up and it'd all be
明日
gone.
になって
ルカ子、
自分で
I
も
totally
分
get
かっ
it.
てるん
I
です
know I'm being a weirdo. I keep asking
変な
myself
こと言
why
って
I'm
るなんて
thinking this way.
でも
The more I try not to think about it, the more I end up lost in my own thoughts. This is his intuition at work? I mean, Lukako is the son of a chief shrine priest. Maybe he can feel that something's up in his blood. Lukako looks uncertain, tears in his eyes. But I still can't let this go any further. So tell him like it is. Thought I heard your voice. Welcome home.
お父さん
Dad. You must have heard us talking. Lukako's father had come out of the shrine office. Ah, Hoyo and Kyun. I didn't realize you were with him.
どうも。
Good evening.
京馬さん
Kyoma-san
が
walked me
僕を
home.
送ってくれたんです
Lukako corrects himself before saying Okabe, making it easier for his father to understand. Actually, didn't he used to call me Kyoma all the time? He's been calling me Okabe recently. That must be because we're dating now. So, well, thank you very much.
いえ、
It's nothing. Luka's told me all about you.
え、
Ah?
いろいろと言う
Such
と
as? When I glance at Lukako, I can tell he's beet red, even in the darkness. Wait, are we official? To be honest, when I heard that you and him were dating, I was quite pleased. I know he can be a bit clumsy, but I have nothing to worry about if you're with him, Hoyo and Kyun. Please take good care of my Luka. Are you really okay with this, Mr. Urashibara? No concerns? Nothing? Why? You two like each other. Why would he have concerns? Then again, this is the same father who had no problems with convincing his son to wear Miko attire. I'm sure he's totally fine with all this.
岡部さん
Okabe-san, please forget what I said before.
さっき言ったこと
You said,
その
you know, how I was worried this might all be
全
a
部
dream.
嘘なんじゃないかって
Lukako's smile has a hint of sadness about it that I can't quite place.
お、
Ah, that.
そのことか。
I can't stop myself.
それな
Yes,
ら
you
心
can.
配することはな
Don't
い。
you
こ
worry about a thing. This
れ
isn't
は
a
嘘な
dream.
んか
This
で
is
はなく、
real.
この法王院教魔が
Ah,
保証
the
して
great
やっている
Hoyo
の
and
だ。
Kyoma guarantee this to you.
安心すればいい。
Worry not.
岡部さん
Yeah, I can fix this at any time. There's no reason to rush ahead blindly. I mean, I can at least go along with the scenario for another day. If you don't feel the same way, you're only making things worse. If you do feel the same way, stop worrying. That's it. It's a choice. This could very well be the choice of Steins Gate after all. Oh, Luka, have you talked to him yet?
うん
Oh, no, not yet. It's already late, so... So you still haven't said anything, huh?
あの話とは何だ
What are you guys talking about? Well, this morning, Luka was just going on and on about how he was going to ask you out on a date.
デート
A date? You mean Luka and I? That's what dating means.
ほらお父さん
See, Dad, I'm sure... Oh, Kyoma-san doesn't want to do something silly like that. It's already late, so... Silly? Hoyo and Kyun, you don't think it's silly, right? I said, do you think going out on a date with Luka is silly?
いや、
No, not at
俺は
all.
そんなこと一つ。
So, it's not silly.
とんでもない。
Absolutely not. In fact, I'd be down to go on a date right now. See? What did I tell you? When you're in a relationship with someone, going out on dates is completely normal, right, Hoyo and Kyun?
もちろんです。
Absolutely.
よかった
Goodness.
そういうわけだから
How about you two go tomorrow?
あ、明日ですか。
Tomorrow! Hey, why not? Strike while the iron's hot, right? Or do you already have
用
plans?
事というわけでは
No,
ないで
not
す
really,
が
but it's kind of a bad
いろいろ
time.
と
And I see. I guess you have something more important to take care of than my Luca.
いえ、明日
Nope,
は一
I'm
日
free all day
暇をしてい
long.
ます
だそうだ
You heard the
よか
man.
ったね
Good for you,
ルカ
Luca.
はい
Yeah,
Okabe-san.
Okabe-san, I'm looking forward to
明
tomorrow.
日はよろしくお願い
I've
し
only
ます
ever exchanged passing greetings with Mr. Urashibara up until now, so I had no idea that he was such a doting father. I should probably try to avoid contact with him as much as possible. Swingman Dad, yeah. Anyhow, as fate would have it, Lukako and I will be going on a date tomorrow. Oh, sigh, Konkuru. I feel like the best way this ends up going down is Okabe slowly starts to realize he really does have feelings, and it goes positively from there. The only adult in Steins Gate is never problematic. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think, well, that we ever really encounter. Mayuri's parents are fine, to the best of my knowledge. Portraited, oh, for sure then, yeah. I was about to say, I don't think Okabe's parents are bad. We know his mom hummed the tune that ended up being plot relevant, and she technically had a voice but never got a portrait. But yeah, no, you're right. Every other portraited adult. Yep. Akihabara Station is as crowded as ever. Not surprising given it's the weekend, but still. Is that a Luca email? Oh, part-time warrior. And tell me what sorts of things are popular this year. Alright. Lukako and I are meeting here. Why not Lukako Shrine, you ask? I wanted to avoid running into Mr. Urashibara, if at all possible. Looks like I'm a bit early. We decided to meet at 1 p.m., so I still have 15 minutes to kill. Yeah, like, he's been nothing but supporting and helpful whenever humanly possible. This nose is going to be the death of me. I say death of, but I mean the annoyance of, obviously. Excuse me. We decided to meet at 1 p.m., so I still have 15 minutes to kill. I doubt Lukako's here yet. Take a look around the station.
Okabe-san.
Okabe-san. Lukako runs over to me from the ticket gate.
おはようございます
Good morning, Okabe-san.
ルカ子
You're rather
随分と
early,
早いな
Lukako.
岡部さんに会えるの
Couldn't
が
wait
待ち
to
遠し
see
く
you.
て
I felt
家
restless
に
at
でも
home,
着
so
か
I
なか
came
ったか
early.
らって言っても
But I only just got
来たの
here.
は
It's not
つ
like I
い
was
さっき
waiting
で
here
す
for hours or
だ
anything.
からそんなに待ってたわけじ
I
ゃ
have
ない
my
んですよ
doubts. I'm sure he's actually been here for quite some time. He probably doesn't want to worry me. He really is very attentive. He's a man. You can... How much you like Rise's writing going back to all the adults? Yeah. Even the, like, bad guy in the first game wasn't evil. They handled things fairly well. Okabe, unlike most adults in Society V who have been objectively evil at least one point. Okabe-san?
あいや何でもない
It's nothing. Mustn't forget, no matter how attentive or beautiful he is, Lukako's a man. And you have to ask yourself whether you are okay with that from a dating point of view or not. This is not on Lukako, this is on Okabe.
そうですか
Okay.
それで
What's the plan?
ル
What do you
カ子
want
は
to do,
今日どうしたい
僕ですか
おう
Yeah. Is there
何か
anything
やりたい
specific
こ
you want to
とと
do
か
or a place you
行
want
き
to
たい
go?
ところ
いえ
No, I'm just happy getting to spend time with you.
何
Huh. So there's
では
nowhere in particular you
ど
want
こ
to
か行
go?
きたい
いいえ
No, not really.
何か考えがあるというわけでも
Changing your perspective about... Yeah, for sure. No
い
plan?
いえ
No plan. No? When he said he wanted to go on a date, it just assumed he had something in mind. Oh. That's why I didn't give today's plans any thought. I mean, what do people even do on dates? I don't know, spend time together, out and about, and do things? I have no clue. I should have consulted my assistant on this. You have in another timeline. I hope so. Because if this ends up with him breaking Luca, I'm going to be upset. But, like, that's not the vibe this game has gone with so far. Hell, even the niece and uncle apparently happened. So, like, if that happened, these two have a real chance. And it's gonna be, honestly, like, Luca during Luca's route in Steins Gate 1 was the happiest they've been. Also, one of the saddest endings. Very depressing, but you know, it's fine. Should have consulted my assistant on this. Though now that I think about it, she's a mainstream virgin. She might be a genius in the field of neuroscience, but I doubt she knows much about dating. I've heard that men should typically take the initiative in these sorts of situations, but what happens when both parties are men? Just pick a direction and walk. The more I try to think about it, the more questions I have. But regardless of our lack of plans, we have nothing to gain from standing under the blazing sun like this. It's so damn hot.
プールにでも行く
How
か
about we go to a pool?
プール
Pool?
です
Oh,
Did either of you bring
うちの近く
bathing
の遊
suits?
園地に
Yeah,
プール
there's a
が
swimming
あって
pool at the
な
amusement park near my place.
俺としては
I
紫外
personally
線に
believe
肌
that
をさらす
exposing
など
one's skin to the
愚
sun
か
is a
者のす
fool's
ることとは
errand,
思う
but
の
it's
だが
important to try and
たまに
mingle
は
with the
そういうとこ
normals
ろ
every
に
now
行
and
っ
then.
て一般
プールで
Cool.
すか
あ嫌か
Not a fan.
あ
Ah,
嫌って
no,
いう
it's not
わ
that.
け
It's
じゃ
just
ないんですが
I can tell Lukuko was trying to find the right words. What's his issue? After thinking about it for a time, I realized what the problem is. He went to a pool. What sort of bathing suit would he wear? Or a men's bathing suit? That'd feel kind of odd. No. But it would also be a problem if he wore a woman's bathing suit too. I don't know about a problem, but feels like there's no way to. Man, this. I love Steins Gate. Boy howdy, does everything involving Luca in Steins Gate and any of the sequels age very badly. Very, very badly. Very, very badly. It'd be a potential train wreck.
うん
Whoa, whoa. Now let's imagine what he'd look like.
あの
Is
ど
there
うか
something
しま
wrong?
した
あいや
No,
や
I
はり
just realized that the
今
pool
日
would
み
be
たいな
really
日はプー
crowded,
ル
so
も
let's
混み
axe
そうだ
that.
しやめておく
Yes, Zero was the
So
least
this-
bad. I also imagine Zero is the most recent of the three. I'm pretty sure this did happen between the two. Yeah, good point. But now I'm even more lost, which is why they didn't, like, show Yuki just the back of her head. I have no idea what we should do in this date of ours. Damn it. Considering I plan on spending an entire day with him, I really should have put at least a little bit of thought into this. Yes, you should have. You really should have. Happens for robotics. Okay. We ended up walking around Akihabara together.
本当に
You
ここで
really
よかった
okay
の
with
か
this?
はい
Yes,
場所
I'm
は
fine
ど
with
こで
going
も
anywhere as long as I'm with you, Okabe-san.
あそうか
Oh, okay. Quite frankly, it's a relief to hear him say that. At the same time, I don't know if it's okay for me to be genuinely happy about it. Lukuko trails behind me just a little bit, and I can't help but think about how cute he is. If only he was a girl, I find myself feeling better.
それに
Actually, I've dreamed of walking around Akihabara with you like this.
夢も
You
何も
dreamt about it? We've
今
done
まで
this
だって
plenty of
何
times,
度も
haven't
一緒に
we?
歩い
はい
Yeah, but
でも
this is different.
その時は
Different.
今とは違いま
Basically,
し
he
たね
means that he wanted to walk together like a couple. But to be honest, I still feel like just walking around isn't enough. Akihabara is hardly the best place for a date. If we went somewhere neither of us had been to, we could at least have shared a new experience. As it stands, we've been to Akihabara a billion times. There's nothing to talk about here. There's probably infinite things to talk about, but you know. Yeah, definitely would have been even. Yeah, for sure. There's no way this didn't end up being awkward. At least a little, if not a lot. It was impossible. But it would be even worse if Luca didn't get around. It doesn't help that Lukako is hardly the chatty type.
あの
I'm sorry.
どうして謝るのだ
About what?
だって僕
No, I'm not good with small
あん
talk.
まり話題とか
He sees right through me. In a situation like this, Daru would just talk about anime or manga, regardless of what the other person thought. I'm not that much of an otaku. Yeah, he put all his points in Chuni, not otaku. But at this rate, we're just going to spend the whole day walking.
どうかしましたか
What is it? Did I interrupt the date to check the phone? You know what? No.
あいやメールが来た
Okay,
よ
an
うだ
email. Oh, well, I didn't open it. It does it on its own. Things are getting awkward, so I take my phone out. You have a date with Luka-kun today, right? You better treat him nice. Good. Mayuri always looking out. This is...
色
Lukako.
かっこいい
Yes.
もしかして
Did you tell Mayuri about our date?
はい
Yeah.
Kino
After you went
no
home
yoru,
last night, I got so excited that I ended up telling her over the phone. I
そ
see.
うか
あの
Should I have kept it a
あ
secret?
いやいけなくはない
No,
い
it's
け
totally
なくはない
fine,
んだが
If Mayuri knows, then...
あ
Huh?
れまたメール
Another
です
email?
そのように
Looks like it. If my theory is right, then this is from... So, you and Shibara-san are on a date, huh? You? On a date? Lol, try not to screw it up. I heard it all, subject. I knew it. As expected. Mayuri is not the only one who knows about today. Krisu does too. But knowing her, once she realizes that I can't even pull off a simple date, she's never going to let me hear the end of it. Prefer to avoid that, thank you very much.
よし行くぞルカコ
Let's go, Lukako. I don't want someone else making fun of me, so I'm gonna go on a good date. His reasonings are skewed, but let's just roll with it for this.
Okabe-san.
Okabe-san. I take his hand and start walking. We just gotta keep going until we find something interesting to do. We arrive at UPX. Lukako's hand is still in mine. I'm in this area pretty often since the ATF is in Daiburu, but I rarely ever swing by UPX, short for Akihabara Techno Forum, a meeting hall located inside Daiburu. Several universities and research institutions hold special seminars there. While Daiburu is an industrial research institution, UPX is more of a commercial building. I figure we might be able to find something to do here.
Okabe-san.
Okabe-san, are you
お腹
hungry?
空いたんで
いや
Not really. The answer is yes, because it gives you something to do, and also, if you've been wandering around and it's afternoon, you're probably hungry and just don't realize it. The place is filled with restaurants, and they're almost all on the fancy side. Ah, that's fair. That actually checks out. I don't have the cash to pay for both of us. Looks like this was a swing and a miss, again. If there were other stores, we'd at least be able to window shop, even if I find the actual activity to be dreadfully boring and pointless. If we stay here, all we'll be doing is going around looking at plastic models of
ル
food.
カコよ
Lukako, do you have any interest in the meal
食
samples in
品
the
サンプルに
windows?
興味は
You mean the
食品サン
fake
プル
food the restaurants always display up front?
そう
Precisely.
いえ
Not
特に
really.
興味は
I figured as much.
あでも
Ah, but if you're into that sort of thing, I'll try my best to get into it too.
いやそういう
No,
わけで
it's
は
all
ないの
good.
だ
Forget I
気に
said
するな
anything.
あ
Okay. This is going nowhere. There's nothing for us here.
あの
Okabe-san.
岡部さん
Lukako begins to talk to me after we leave
あなんだ
UPX.
もしか
What's
して
up? Is there somewhere you want to
行きたいところ
go?
でも
いえ
No,
そうじゃ
that's not
ないん
it.
ですけど
Damn it, I was hoping you thought of something.
で
So,
どうした
what is it? Need to use the
もしかして
restroom?
違い
No,
ます
that's not it.
そうじゃなくて
Just as Lukako's about to explain himself, I hear a shutter click. Oh. When I look up, I see a bespectacled woman pointing in front of us. I like the word bespectacled. It's a good word.
塩寿司
Shining finger.
激写成功
It's a scoop.
何
What?
デート
Date? No! What? How does she know? Did Lukako tell Moeko about us too? You see Lukako off to my side, shaking his head back and forth. Then why?
だって
Because. Moeko points at my right hand. I'm still holding Lukako's hand in mine. Unintentional hand holding the whole time. I reactively let go of his hand. Oh, wow, rude.
Huh?
Without realizing, I've probably been holding his hand this entire time.
ごめんなさい
I'm sorry, Okabe-san. I thought you'd forgotten about holding my hand, so I was going to tell you, but
忘れてるんだろうなって思ってだから僕
Hee, why'd you let go of his hand? Aren't you two on a date? Oh, I know you're embarrassed, Moeka. As usual, Moeka is as talkative as ever, only over emails.
うるさい
Shut up. We got a lot going on right now.
それより
And anyway, what are you up to? Did you just take a photo of us?
なんだ
Think back on my first meeting with Moeka and how she took a photo of me almost immediately. Is she some kind of voyeur?
取材
It's for an article.
なんだその
Are you feeling okay?
該当取材
I
の
hear that you should be more casual when you try to get material for
調
articles.
子でアタックした方が取材です成功しやすい
成功
I do really enjoy non-evil Moeka. How's that been working for you? Moeka sadly shakes her head back and forth. I figured. She sounds as gloomy as ever. When she forcibly stretches out her words like that, this rubs me the wrong way.
取材って
What kind of
何の
article are you
取材なん
writing,
ですか桐生さん
Kiryu-san?
秋葉原は
Interviewing couples in Akihabara.
カップル
Couples? I guess she must be doing some kind of survey about couples here. She's collecting data on how long they've been dating, why they're in Akihabara, where they're visiting, things like that.
アンケート
Please answer this survey.
くだらん
This is a waste of time. Let's go, Lukako.
あでも
Ah, but
答えてくれ
if you answer the questions, I'll give you the photo I took.
あげます
But give us the photo. Great. What do I want with the creepy voyeuristic photo?
バカバカしい。
This is nonsense.
そ
I
んな
don't
ものい
need.
るわけ。
答えます。
Answer the questions.
ルカ子
Of course Lukako wants the photo. It's your first date. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. He
僕
goes quiet like he's embarrassed that he spoke out. I guess he really wants that photo of us. You should have just said so in the first place.
ルカ子
Lukako, the bad habit of
お前
yours.
のそうだから
You need to speak up when you want something. Prioritize yourself.
岡部さん
Okabe-san, what do you mean?
それ
指圧師も
Fanny Finger is probably in a tough spot at work. Go help her out.
助けて
You can see his expression brighten in real time.
ありがとうございます
Thank you.
優しいの
You're so sweet.
優しい
Sweet me? Don't underestimate me, fool of fools. Listen carefully. I'm the mad scientist, Oyo Inkyoma, the sweetest mad scientist the world has ever known.
一見そう見えたと
This
しても
sweet lair of mine exists only to fool others. I would never be kind just for the sake of being kind.
じゃあこれ
Here's the survey.
お願いあはい
Thanks. Please let me finish. Why would you... you know what? Why not? After running with Moeka, we head to a cafe to quench our thirst. It's not like we were accomplishing much by walking around aimlessly anyway. The survey was remarkably dull. What does she think she's going to get out of that sort of research? But also,
ルカ子
Lukako,
はい
yes?
どうしてここなの
Why are we at May Queen Nyan?
実は僕
Well, I've never actually been here before. I wanted to try it out at least once.
だ
Okay.
から
I
ぜひ
figured
来てみたかったんです
Okabe brought Lukako here, kinda... No, alright. Cool.
何
Wait, this is your first time here?
初め
はい
Yes, I know Mayuri-chan works here, but I've never been brave enough to actually go in.
なかなか
I can understand that. You have to be quite the warrior to come in here by yourself. Daru, just casually strutting in alone. But it's not like you had to do this today. This feels like a date.
それにしても
You know, Ferris never thought you and Lukako would start dating, yeah?
付き合うことになるだなん
This
て
feels like we're just showing off to the world. Maybe Lukako just wants to show off to the world. Maybe you should just let yourself be showed off. Mayuri has the day off, but with Ferris here, that doesn't mean much.
ごめんなさい
Sorry, I know I'm being selfish.
わがまま
いや
No, it's
行
okay.
きたいところを
I'm the
聞
one
いた
who
の
asked you where you
は
wanted to go. Don't worry
気
about
に
it.
するな
There's no point in crying over spilled milk. Yeah, haha. Look at Nyan. Kyoma is just being shy. Don't you worry your pretty little head, Nyan.
照れて
Hi.
恋
Yep,
人と
he's
一緒の
embarrassed
とこ
being
ろを
seen
見ら
with
れ
his
て
lover
恥ず
now.
かしがってる恋人
Lover?
言っておくが
Seriously, I'm not
俺は別
embarrassed.
に
本当かに
For real, Nya.
本
For
当だ
real, for really real.
そうやって向き
Then
に
why
な
are
る
you
とこ
getting
ろ
so
が
worked up?
怪しい
Something
ね
smells fishy, Nya. She's enjoying this, I can tell. She's a little devil wearing fake cat ears.
ところで
It's
ルカ
true,
ニャン
but you know.
ルカニャン
Oh,
は今
by the way,
バイトとか
look
や
at
ってる
Nyan.
の
Do you work part-time?
え
No, but I do help my family at home.
そっか
That's right, you're an
ル
actual
カニャン
Miko.
は私の巫女さんだったのに
More specifically, he cosplays as a Miko, but sure.
そっか
See, then I guess it's a no-go
じ
now.
ゃあ無理って
What do you mean?
何がです
Well, I thought that if you started working part-time here, we'd probably get a whole lot more new customers now. Boy, would you, and boy, did it happen already. Lukako working part-time here?
そんな
No way, I'd never look good in your uniform.
似合いません
Also
よ
a false statement.
そんなことない
Yeah, I disagree. I bet you look great. You have my word.
でも
That's just way too embarrassing.
絶対評判に
You'd
な
be
ると思う
super
んだけど
duper extra popular, I bet. Plus, imagine Lukako in a May Queen uniform. This is pretty damn dangerous. Ferris is right. I can see Lukako being extremely popular. Wait, what am I doing? What am I thinking?
にゃ
Nyahaha. I snap out of it only to notice Ferris grinning at me like a Cheshire cat. A fictional cat from Lewis Carroll's Alice in
今
Wonderland.
日待ってば今
Come on, I bet you were imagining Lukinyan in uniform.
想像してたにゃ
Ferris, I bet you that was your plan all along.
冗談
No,
じゃない
I absolutely was,
そんなこと
was doing
これっ
nothing
ぽ
of the
っちも
sort.
考えて
Definitely
など売る
not.
ものか
Ferris's loud laugh echoes through the cafe as she disappears into the kitchen. Jeez, that's no way to treat a paying customer. But it is a way to tease a friend in a relationship. Across from me, Lukako opens his mouth to speak.
あの岡部
Wouldn't
さんに
mind.
ルカ子
Lukako,
もしも
if
岡部
you
さん
wanted
が
to see
見た
me
いっ
in
て
it,
言う
I
なら
wouldn't mind wearing the uniform.
何を言って
What?
いるの
I
だ
never said I wanted to
俺
see
は
you
見た
in
い
it.
などと
そう
You're
でした
totally
ね
right. What was I thinking? I'm so
ごめんなさい。
sorry. He once again goes
また
quiet.
変なこと。
Ferris, why must she endlessly torment me? Why don't you just order something and get out of here? But now that I think about it, she didn't even take our orders. What kind of service is this?
お待たせしましたね。
Thanks for waiting, man. Ferris suddenly reappears at our table. Drinks in hand, no less.
待て
Wait a second. What do you mean,
何が
thanks for
お待たせ
waiting,
しました
man? We
にゃん
haven't
だ
even ordered anything yet.
俺たちはまだない
何言ってる
Oh, Kyoma, you silly mad scientist. This is your very first date with Luca now. Drinks around the house now.
お
Oh, that's surprisingly thoughtful of you.
とねクイーン
On behalf of everyone here at Make Nyan Nyan, we offer nothing but the best Nyan. Aw, happy Lukako is too good. She puts a massive drink on the table. It's a mix of whipped cream, ice cream, chocolate chips, and a whole lot else. That's not a drink, that's a delicacy. There's no way this is even remotely healthy. Chuck Dr. Pepper on the reg. You don't care about health.
これが
This is seriously free?
うわ
Oh, it looks delicious. This is how you die of heart failure. Yeah, but you know. Please dig in, Nyan.
待て
Hold on. Let's stop Ferris before she can leave.
どう見ても
No matter how you look at it, there's only one drink here. Ah, Ferris totally forgot to say. This is a special drink just for couples now.
なん
Say what?
だと
Alright, I really like that delivery.
なんだと
Awkward Okabe is possibly Okabe at his best. As awkward as the situation is for us too. Boy howdy. Boy howdy, is it great when he's just
そうそう
super
それ
flustered.
からもう一つ忘れてたにゃ
Yeah, I tend to lean on the side of eating enjoyable things more, but I should also probably, you know, find a better middle ground. Oh, and there's one other thing I forgot now. Here, take this.
あの
Is this
こ
what
れ
I
は
think it
もし
is?
かして
Yeah, you got that right. That's a special straw just for this drink.
それじゃ
Let me know if you need anything else, yeah.
だにゃ
She didn't stick around long this time, scurrying off somewhere. Lukako and I both glance at the straw. The center is heart-shaped with the ends split into two. This is very clearly for couples. I'd seen stuff like this in manga before, but I had no idea it really existed. Well, most current series can't get away with pulling something as cliche as this. Are we really supposed to use this thing? Oh, and one more thing, yeah. If you can't finish it, we're going to charge you 10,000 yen, yeah.
ことになっちゃうにゃ
Jeez. That's expensive. I can hear Ferris's voice from a distance.
なんというぼったく
This
り
is a
バーだ
total scam.
失礼にゃ
We're doing you guys a favor now. Well, she's totally taking advantage of us. But I guess we have no choice but to enjoy this wonderful free thing.
ルカ子よ
Here you go. Think you can finish
一
this on
人で
your
飲み
own?
きれ
一
All
人
by
で
myself?
これを
He glances at the massive glass.
すみません
Sorry,
ちょっ
that'd
と
be a little
厳し
difficult.
それにこの
I
スト
think
ロ
the
ー
straw is designed so that neither of us can drink unless we both sip at the same time.
飲めな
Now that you mention it, it looks like it's a pressure
圧
thing.
力
はい
Yeah.
それにしてもよく
How
知っ
do
て
you
い
know
る
that?
な
はい
Ah,
こ
well,
の前
I
読
saw
ん
it
だ
in a
少女
shoujo
漫画にあ
manga
ったので
once. Maybe I was wrong about current series.
それで
What do you want to do, Okabe-san?
いやもう
What choice do we have? We gotta finish it
しか
off.
ないだろう
You could sound more enthusiastic.
いいんですか
You sure?
いいも何も
Sure or not
飲
sure?
まな
We're
いと
going to be
取られ
throwing
る
away
のだか
money
ら
if we
仕
don't.
方が
そうです
Right.
では
My
せーの
count.
はい
Okay.
せーの
3, 2, 1, go. We both drink from the straw simultaneously. Thank you for slurping sounds, Okabe. Thank you for slurping sounds, Luca.
お二人さん
Yeah, the two of you are adorable. Look only to notice a huge crowd watching and cheering for us. We've been turned into the in-house entertainment. After taking care of my full bladder in the restroom, I leave the cafe only to find Lukako looking down at his phone. I'm guessing he's looking at the photo that Moeka took of us.
あのこの写真
Do you mind if I
待
use
ち
this
受け
as
画
my
面
phone
に設定して
wallpaper?
もいいですか
As long as you don't ask what we're using as our phone wallpaper. Then you know, fine. Oh, I forgot to check what, we should have got new ones, right? Oh, it's her in the cosplay. That's cute. Still not changing it from what it is, though. I always forget which ones are actually added. But it's not like we're changing it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Sleeping Krisu is best. He timidly asked me,
好きにするがいい。
do whatever you want.
ありがとうございま
Thank you
す。
so much.
と
Let's see. First, I have to go to the
待ち受け画面の
settings.
設定は
He follows behind me, smiling down at his phone. Me, on the other hand, I'm still trying to think of ways to convey the truth to Lukiko. I'd planned on spending the whole day with him, but I'm not so sure anymore. Even if he looks like a girl on the outside, he's still a guy. It's weird for me to be out on a date with him, right? You'll notice how literally no other human being other than Okabe has thought anything about this beyond, oh, you two are cute. At all. No one but Okabe. Everyone from their friends to onlookers to family has been like, you two make a cute couple. Cool. Only one person. Sorry, my phone was buzzing. Okay, nothing important. I mean, at first glance, it would probably look totally okay. But as I've been saying over and over again, he's a guy. And even the people who know that are like, cool, be all cute, be happy. Hell, the fact that we look totally okay is what's strange about all of this. Okay. Not a single person seems all that bothered by our being on a date. What I was saying, there's one person bothered by it. Isn't that kind of bizarre? No. Maybe even more bizarre is the fact that there are times when I feel like this is completely normal too. He's finally starting to put some of the pieces together. Well, the pieces are finally starting to be recognized as on the table. When they'll actually join, we'll see. But he's at least recognizing that the pieces are there, technically. Earlier, for example, when I was holding his hand, I didn't think twice about it. What's happening to me? How could I have gotten so used to this situation so quickly? At this rate, it's only a matter of time before I completely just accept everything that's going on. Would that make you happy? That'd be a huge problem. Sure, Homyo Nkoma is a mad scientist, but I'm still a pretty normal guy in that regard. The problem is how and when I tell Lukiko the truth. According to him, this whole thing started when I confessed my feelings. I still can't wrap my supercharged brain around how that happened, but I doubt Lukiko's lying. Yeah, we've already covered, Lukiko wouldn't lie to you. I suppose I could always send an email back to prevent myself from confessing, but something about that idea makes me feel uneasy. That's good at least, that's something. This whole situation came about because of a small change I made in the past. Who knows what will happen if I carelessly send another? Oh. I should probably stay away from sending emails for a little while. If nothing else, it's my responsibility to tell Lukiko that it wasn't me who confessed to him in the past. That'll undo our relationship, no matter how painful that might be. He's not right. That will undo the relationship, no matter how painful it might be, but it will be painful. It's gonna break Luca. Even if I reduce Lukiko to tears. Oh, you will. Oh, you will. I can't wait on this any longer. If we keep going like this, we're only going to hurt each other. How are you going to get hurt? Strike while the iron is hot, right? Procrastination is the thief of time, right? Do or die.
Oi, Lukiko!
Hey, Lukiko. Turn back to speak to Lukiko, but he's nowhere to be found.
What?
Must have gotten separated at some point. Maybe he got himself lost while he was looking at his phone. I let out a sigh and turned to go back the way I came, but don't have to go very far to find Lukiko. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. If you're really sorry, will you let me take a picture of you? A picture? Hey, do you work around here? Where do you work? We'll come visit.
いえ、
No, I don't work
別にお
anywhere.
店に勤めては。
Some douchebags appear to be hitting on him. What a handful. Man, you hearing this? Total am, bruh. She's crazy adorbs. Moe as hell. Hey, you got a minute, right? Want to have some tea somewhere? I know a place.
いえ、
I'm sorry, come on, I'm saying we'll forgive you for bumping into us if you just tag along. Right. Hell, you might even have busted my Kopri stuff when you slammed into me. Come on, Pretty Princess, a fantasy anime in which two girls, descendants of royal family in a parallel world, fight against the forces of evil using special powers. According to the show's production materials, the target demographics are elementary school girls, college-aged men, and men in their 30s.
壊れちゃったかもしんないんだけど
Sure. Oh man, that shit's really hard to come by too. Why doesn't he just ignore them and walk away? Well, I guess it's not in Lukako's blood. He leaves me no choice. I hate getting involved in these sorts of things, but I can't just sit by and watch
おい
either.
貴様ら
Hey, assholes!
え
Huh?
な
Who the hell are
君は
you? Eh,
こ
You
の俺を
don't
知
know
ら
me,
ないだろ
fools.
俺の名は
I am the great
Oh,
Hoyoin
Kyoma!
Kyoma, bearer of the mightiest brain since Einstein himself.
灰色
The
の
mad
脳細胞
scientist
の
who will
持ち
bring
主に
chaos
して
to the world.
せ
何こいつ
The hell is with this guy?
わかんねえ
Ask me, he seems
言っ
dangerous.
ておくが
Consider this a warning. If you
So
keep
if you
hitting on
do
this
this,
sweet
Lukaku,
summer child, nothing
also
good will
she
come of
could
it.
恐ろしいこと
Nothing good?
そうだ
Correct. They might look quiet and composed, but they're actually the Senshin Zama.
そいつこそ
Of the Senshin Zama school, and the rightful owner of the demon sword
数多
Samidare.
くの手だれのひとたび怒
You
り
don't want to see them when they're angry. What the hell is this guy talking about? He's out of his
つ
mind.
か
Wait,
もしかして
does that mean she is
こ
too?
いつだとしたら
She's not worth the trouble, man.
だよな
I'm straight, she might be a cutie, but I can't do crazy. The two men reluctantly retreat, muttering complaints the whole time. Guys like that have been showing up in Akihabara lately. Not that I know much about how it was before.
それにしてもルカ子よ
This is what happens when you
お
don't look
前
where
も
you're
ボン
going.
いいか
Look, you need to
あ
be
あい
better
う
at just
奴ら
telling
には
guys like
ビシッ
that.
と
Lukaku stares blankly at me.
どうした
What's wrong?
あ、いえ、
Oh, it's
なんでも
nothing.
な
I
いんで
just,
す。
ただ
you just,
岡部さんと
I was thinking about the day I first met you, Okabe-san.
俺と
Me? Oh, yeah, wasn't it very similar?
ちょうど
Yeah,
この
he's
辺り
actually
だったん
around
です
here. Do you remember?
覚えていませ
Now
んか
that he mentions it. I believe it was in May, around Golden Week. I was just minding my own business, walking around when I saw Lukaku getting harassed by a photographer. Lukaku was in his Miko outfit, which is probably why the guy wanted a photo. Eventually, Lukaku told the photographer that he was a man, and the guy left.
言われてみれば
Now that you mention it,
はい、
yeah. Lukaku smiled sweetly, as if recalling the memory.
知ってますか
What you said to me that day. Do you know how happy your words made me?
言葉
What I said? I vaguely remembered what happened, but unfortunately the details evade
俺
me.
はその時何
What
と
did
言
I
っ
say to
た
you?
そんなことは
You
どう
told
で
me
もい
it
い。
matters not.
どうでもいい
You said that?
はい。
Yes.
せ
When I
っか
thanked
く
you and
助けてもらっ
apologized
た
for
の
not
に
being able to live up to your
そん
expectations,
なことはどう
you
でも
said to
いい。
me it matters not.
僕が男だ
You
ろう
told me it
が
didn't
女だ
matter
ろう
if I
が
was a boy or a girl.
関係
Doesn't matter.
ない
本当は僕
Past Okabe sending messages to the
すご
future.
く悩んで
To
た
be
んです
honest, I was in a really bad place back
だ
then.
って僕は
I mean,
見
look
た
at
目
me.
もこんなだし
Plus, I have more girlfriends at
学校で
school
も
than
男の
boyfriends.
その時だって
But even back then, people would always be disappointed when they found out I was a guy. What am I?
僕って
Who am I?
何なんだろうって
I'd ask myself this almost every day.
生まれる時
I
に
kept thinking that
間
maybe I
違
was
って
born
生
in
ま
the
れ
wrong
てきちゃった
era
ん
or
じゃないか
something.
って
Lukaku might be somewhat timid now, but he was much worse when I first met him. It was frustrating, to be honest. But I had no idea he was struggling with himself so much.
でもあの時
When he said those words to me,
岡
I
部さんにああい
wanted
う
to
風に
cry.
ルカ子
自分でも変だって
I
分
know
か
it's
ってる
weird
ん
that
で
I was
す
touched by something like that,
あんな言葉だけど
but
今なら言
now
えます
I feel confident enough to say that it's because of those words that
あの言葉があ
he
ったか
shyly
ら
smiles. He then looks me straight in the eyes.
だから
I fell in love with you,
僕は岡部
Okabe-san.
さん
This was as direct a confession of love as any. Yes, it was. Not some event that happened in a past I never experienced. This is the now. These are Lukaku's feelings for me. But how do I feel about Lukaku? He's starting to get to the point where he's not but a guy. He's, how do I feel? Progress. Baby steps. Progress. Our relationship.
そんなことはどうでもいい
Guess none of that matters, huh?
男だろうが
Doesn't
女だろ
matter
う
if you're a
が
boy or
関係ない
girl. You know what? I did say something like
言わ
that
れて
back
みれ
then.
ば
あの
Do
覚え
you...
いや
Nah, I just
今
remembered
思い
now.
出した
そうですか
Okay.
でも
Ah,
それでも
that's
いいん
cool
です
too, as long as you
思
remember
い出
now.
してくれたなら
Lukaku flashes me a sad smile on the verge of tears. I have no choice. I'll stick with him for a little bit longer. Doesn't matter if he's a boy or a girl. I, the great Hoyoin Kyoma, will take responsibility for my own words.
岡部さん
It's a start. It'd be nicer if he was like, I want this. It's progress. He was far on the wrong side of things. It takes steps to get, progress. Lukaku stares at me.
なんだ
Do I have something on my face?
いえ
No, it's just
ただ
you had the kindest
岡部さ
expression
ん
on
が
your face
すご
just
く
now.
何
What? me nice. No. I instinctively covered my face. I was just
ルカ子よ
Lukaku. Yes.
俺は誰だ
Who am I?
岡部倫
Yeah.
太郎
You're Okabe Rintaro.
違う
No, never forget. I'm the mad scientist, Hoyo Kyoma. Got it?
そうです
Yes.
その俺が優
You
しい
really
顔
believe
だ
I'd
と見せ
ever
ると
make a
思うか
kind expression or whatever it is you think you saw?
いえ
No, but I mean,
でも
Okabe-san,
Okabe-san
you're
は
actually very...
はーい
Hoyo-in.
京馬さん
Kyoma-san, you're
その
actually, Oh well. It's Lukaku's fault that I'm this edge. One step forward, two steps back. Take out my phone and press it to my ear in the hopes of hiding my own feelings. Every now and again, he does say the quiet part out loud, yes.
あ
Yes, it's me. No, Hoyo Kyoma has not become so weak as to be called a good person.
いい人認定される
I
ほど
swallow my own
まだ
words.
ひよってはい
I
ない
can't take my eyes off the sky. What is that?
岡部さん
Okabe-san, what's
どうし
wrong?
たんで
ルカ子よ
Lukaku, look up.
あれを見
Lukaku looks at the sky. In the sky above the always crowded Akihabara, there's... What? What? You're right, I have to. You're right. I have to. That's it. I will not find better. It's impossible. There is no better than that. Yeah, this man is Mario, and Daru is Toad. It's perfect. I have all the questions, but this is the best cliffhanger we've had all of My Darling's Embrace, bar none. I have so many questions. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Vipers of Viperland. Sorry for the stuffy nose tonight, and for the awkwardness that is everything involving Okabe and Luca. Week after? Okay, that's not too bad. We got some Mario Kart coming up. Remind me, like, I'm all for that. Like, I will not, it's not like that's a ticket, it's gonna get vetoed or something or whatever, but like, just remind me so that I can like put it on the schedule and stuff. But like, and it's not mid PoE either. I wouldn't veto it if it was mid PoE, but I'd be a little sad. Nah, not really. I would just probably do PoE on Monday, let's be honest. Yeah, I'm down for that. I like Mario Kart. I have a controller that doesn't drift now, and I'm down for getting some shell throwing action happening. 18th anyway. Okay. Birthday too hype for PoE. Of course. Got ourselves a monster, a quote, a Discord. And man, we got so many good ones in Oof. It was destined. That's what I was aiming for, to be fair, but the he is also very good. Man, I don't know why I thought to add those to the mirror scene in the clips video, but the escalating he's made me laugh. I don't know if it made anyone else laugh, but like when I played it back, I laughed and I was like, good. This has been a wild stream. I mean, just this. But yeah, tomorrow we're doing some alchemy. Tuesday we're doing some alchemy. Thursday we're off. We're gonna chill in Discord and have some good game awards. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Path of Exile. I think I found an okay guide for skill. The problem is all the guides are like, you should probably wait until you like later levels to use it. I'm like, that's not how we roll. Nah, can use it. So it's probably gonna go with mixed results, but it's fine. I don't care. Gonna do it anyway. Yeah, that's what we got. That's what we're doing. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Vipers of Viperland, and I'll see you all next time.